Big up, people. What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to this late night show, this very late night show. So if you're up, if you're about, come and join me and we'll have a little chat. We've got a few things to think about. We're going to preview the big one on Sunday. We'll have a little look at that and possible lineups and what we think the score will be. But welcome, guys. Welcome. So there's a lot of news been going on in Arsenal today. CEO Mr. Lewis has left the building. Been there sort of 17, 18 years, worked under Josh Kroenke, very close to Stan Kroenke. He's now left the building and Richard Garlick has coming in to step in his shoes. Is it a change of guard? Are they lining themselves up for something that's going to be happening in the future of Arsenal Football Club? Time will tell. But yeah, along with Edu was the first one that sort of went out the door, and now we've got Tim Lewis that has also followed him. And yeah, so what can we say? Is a big change. There is a big change going on at Arsenal, and time will tell what that will bring when the changes come in. But yes, people. So let's get into it. Football managers, they're a strange bunch. And they say some strange things. And we're going to have a little look at what Pep Guardiola's been saying. And he's been having a sort of pop at Arsenal. He's been having a pre-game, and he's been having a little pop at Liverpool as well, which I find unbelievable with Pep. I thought he had a little bit more about him than that, to be honest. He doesn't really need to say the things he says. He's been a successful manager over the years, and his record speaks for himself. So the things that he's been saying are a little bit kind of strange, if you know what I mean. We've got 17 joining us in the building. Big up, Gavin L. Hope you're well, bro. Big up, my friend. Got the Vigilante, the Assembled. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We're going into Saturday morning. Very, very shortly. So good evening, good morning, wherever you are around the world. Welcome to the community, guys. Welcome to the community. Big up, Joseph. Big up, Kawaja, as usual. If you've not subbed, make sure you sub and make sure you smash a like, guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. So let's get into this. Let's get into this Pep thing. So Pep Guardiola insists that if Arsenal win it, it will be because of spending. Yeah. Boss Pep Guardiola has insisted that if Arsenal win the Premier League this season, it will be because of the Gunners' spending. Mikel Arteta's sides have come so close on many occasions, having finished second in 3 successive seasons, and are once again hoping to end their 22-year wait in the Premier League title. After spending more than 250 million during the transfer window, well, over the years, obviously, he spent 1.3 billion. But anyway, 250 million during the transfer window to overhaul their squad. Many believe that the time for excuses is over for the Spaniard and his side. It's time to deliver. Well, I thought it was time to deliver last season, if I'm going to be honest with you. And this money that he spent this summer has kind of overshadowed that. I thought last season was his time to deliver. That's why I keep saying, people, I'm shocked that he's still with us. I'm shocked that he took us into another season this summer. I thought what he'd spent over the years, I thought the time he had at the club, I thought last season was his time. I really did. But didn't do the right thing. Has Pep got a case? Let's have a read. But if they do, Guardiola's congratulations text may not mention team cohesion, club dogs, or removal of the Emirates tunnel. Instead, the Manchester City boss has insisted that any success would be direct result of spending, much like their title rivals. So what he's saying is it won't have anything to do with Arteta. if we win the Premier League, it will be solely on what he's spent. Yeah, it will be solely on what he's spent. What do you think of that statement there? I'm gonna sort of get away from the Arteta thing here, and I'm just gonna focus on what Pepper said here, right? Surely the managers that have been successful over the years, apart from the Leicester one, the Blackburn that I can think of, on the whole, most teams that win the Premiership have spent a lot of money. You don't just win the Premiership by spending money. You have to have a certain skill set as a manager. There are many, many teams over the years that have spent millions of pounds and not won the Premiership because they've had the wrong manager in place. So it won't be because he's spent a lot of money. It's going to be down to him as a manager as well. And any manager that wins the Premier League needs to take some sort of credit for that, whether they've spent money or not. But what Pep fails to mention in this statement is that the 115 charges that Manchester City had that enabled them to win the league in many, many situations. Arsenal have not had 115 charges put against them. Liverpool has not had 115 charges put against them. So what he's coming out with here, I find very, very strange from someone like Pep. I thought he had a bit more class than that, to be honest with you. I want to say to my friend Mikel Arteta, if he wins the title, it will be because of spending, not because he works a lot, he said. So is Pep doubting his friend's skills as a manager? Is he actually, when you look through what he's saying and ignore the money, is he kind of saying that it ain't his skills? It won't be his managerial skills. He don't trust his managerial skills to win the Premier League. I don't know what he's trying to get at here. You know, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one. Time is over for excuses. All we ever hear are excuses. Absolutely, Shane. Absolutely, my friend. Complete legend. Make sure you go and sub to Shane Gooner. Yeah, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. But I did find this interesting, Shane, this what Pep was coming out with. And I found the Mr. Lewis exit as well at the club. You know, I don't know what's round the corner with this one. I don't know. There's a lot of changes going on at Arsenal at the moment. The only changes that ain't going on at Arsenal is the manager, which I find very, very confusing. But that will happen if we don't win trophies. Big up, Shane. Big up, everyone in the house. Thank you for joining me. 24 in the building. Make sure you smash a like, guys. I think most of you that are on here are subbed already. So, but if you find that you've not subbed, just go and whack a sub on it and make sure you smash your like. Sorry, 1 billion. He should have won the league. He should have won the league before the 1 billion, Gooner. This is what I'm saying. He should have won that league last season. He should have won the league when he was 8 points clear as well. He didn't need to go and spend an extra 250 odd million this summer to win the league. This league should have been won. We should have had we should have had a league title under our belts by now, right? 100%, 100%. But I don't solely agree with Pep. As much as I want Arteta from the club and as much as I don't rate Arteta, I don't agree with Pep's statement. I'm sorry, I can't agree with that. Most teams spend a hell of a lot of money within their confinements. Liverpool have spent money over the years. Manchester United have spent millions over the years. Chelsea have. Spurs have. Man City definitely have. Man City have spent money hand over fist and cheated as well and got away with it and spent more money paying people so they can get away with it, in my book. So I don't know where he's coming from. Most big teams will spend lots of money. If it was not all harsh truth from Guardiola, however, the Spaniard offered tall praise for the former assistant, current side admitting that they are among the world's best. Pep thinks that Arsenal are among the world's best. So Champions League and Premiership then, guys. It is, isn't it? If we're amongst the world's best. I've always said we've got a decent team. It's the manager that's finding it that's going to slip up. The cracks will get bigger. At the moment, it's all rosy in the garden. Yeah. But there are signs. There are signs, people. The signs are still there. The way he's treating Eze, very, very similar to how he's treated players in the past. You know, there are signs there. They believe they could compete against the best teams in the Premier League, and they reached that level, he said. Step by step, window by window, Arsenal keep getting better. Last season in Europe, making a step forward, they were, for me, the most solid team. They weren't making mistakes. Incredible solid team. They have a place up front, and they have pace up front. They have set pieces. Nikias Shiva, who was here before, Jova that was here before. So in every department, what a team. So on one hand, he's saying, I'm not going to rate Mikel Arteta if he wins the league because it's the money they've spent. And on the other hand, he's backing down and he's saying, what a brilliant team, what a brilliant team. He doesn't really mention Arteta a lot in that, does he? He doesn't really mention Arteta a lot. I find it very, very strange because he's had a dig at Liverpool as well about the money they've spent. But listen, we ain't stupid. We know how much Man City spent over the years. We know how much Man City spent over the years. So, yeah, it'd be nice to beat them on Sunday. It really would. I'd love to beat them on Sunday. I don't like Man City anyway. How they got away with them charges, I will never know. But there you go. I'm not a lover of Man City. They were a nothing club years ago. They were mid-table, Division 1, Division 2, bouncing up and down. They were never really set the world alight. It's only in recent times. It's only since the money came pouring in by hook or by crook that they actually turned the corner. But other than that, nah, it was always Liverpool, Man United back in the day. But yeah, is what it is, guys. That's what he's come out with. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. As I said to you before, all teams spend big money. All teams spend money. There's so much money in football now. And you've got to have a certain skill set to get over the line, no matter what team you've got and how much money you've spent. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But yeah, big up everyone that's locked in. Hope you're all well. DJB up. The Arsenal Football Club should be winning trophies. Never mind competing under Arteta. They should be winning trophies. 100%. We should have had 2 or 3 trophies by now. Some of the top gooners are okay with playing Zubimendi, Rice, Marino midfield Sunday. Why that midfield is awful? No forward passes. It's too defensive, isn't it, Joseph? It's too defensive. There's not enough speed in attack for me from central midfield areas. It's way too defensive. Put it this way, DJB, lose to Port Vale in the cup. The Josh Kroenke should sack him on the job. Don't just take the league, Champions League serious. Go for it all. Go for it like Omri said. You've got to go for it. And I've said, and I've been slated for it, that game against Port Vale is important. That's so important. It's so important for confidence. It's so important for the players. We need to, I said to you before, we go to Wembley in February and win that Carabao Cup, and we're still in striking distance from the Premiership. Yeah, and I'm going to give you a boost. It'll really give you a lot of confidence. And there's a lot of our fans that have never seen us win the League Cup. There's a lot of fans that's never seen us win the League Cup. My eldest son's never seen us win the League Cup. You know? So I think it's important. I think it's important. Happy birthday to the legend, David Seaman. Yeah, happy birthday, David Seaman. What an absolute legend. What a goalkeeper. With these odd interviews, I will always give them the benefit of the doubt. English is second language because if you listen to his interview to me, it doesn't make sense. I could tell you what. Yeah, it don't. It don't. These interviews that these managers have, my friend, are just, they're just crazy. Big up everyone in the chat. Aaron Ray, big up Aaron. Big up Aaron every time. Thanks, brother. Make sure that you go and sub to Aaron. I hope you enjoyed his show. He done a call-in show tonight, I believe. Big up Aaron, my friend. DJB worried for Arsenal with the backing of Arteta now. Richard Garlick coming CEO. So glad when he left my club. Yeah, do you know what? There's going to be a lot of eyes on Arsenal Football Club. This is what I'm saying. New CEO coming in. You know, Lewis going, Garlic coming in. There's going to be a lot of changes, guys. A lot of changes at this football club. Be interesting, won't it, come January, where we are in the league. Where we are in the league table would be interesting. 4.9 right. DJB, Lego head is annoying me. He is annoying. We'll have a little look at his, I think he's done his post-match I don't think he's done his post-match yet, has he? He might have done. I'll have to have a look. I ain't seen it. I've not really been around, to be honest, tonight. DJB, how come Bob Wilson or any other goalkeeper haven't got a statue? Don't know, my friend. There's so many people without a statue. I know you can't just keep putting statues up outside stadiums. There has to be a point where it comes to an end. You can't put a statue up. But, you know, when you hear about if Arteta wins the Champions League, he's got to have a statue outside the stadium. That's nonsense. Not when you got like George Graham and players like and people like this without a statue. You know what I mean? You can't have a statue up before George Graham. That's the only statue that I want to see outside Arsenal, that should be outside Arsenal Stadium, is George Graham. Big up, Aaron. Thanks, mate. Smashed it tonight, Jam Boy. Top person too. Yeah, massive. Jam Boy, go on. Smash the likes up, guys and girls. Come on, smash it. Get these likes up. Let's get this channel up. Let's get it going, guys. Will you can take Adams one down to make space for Arteta's? No, you can't take Tony Adams' statues down, man. What a captain. What an absolute leader. Incredible. The mess bon around Jam Boy. Yeah. Joseph, I've got to make you a mod, man. Oregon Goon, big up to everyone. Big up to me and my friend. Thank you for coming over, guys. It is late at night, but do you know what? I thought I'd go live Saturday night. Thought we'd go live and have a little chat. How does George Graham not have a statue? Not a clue. Not a clue. 2-2 Sunday DJB. Do you know what? That's what I reckon. I reckon 2-2. I reckon 2-2. I said 2-2. I think we'll go 1-0 up. I think they'll equalise. I think we'll go 2-1, and then I just think they'll sneak one. It just depends on the starting lineup again, though, and he's going to go defensive. He's going to play Marino in midfield. He's going to play Zubimendi. He's going to play Rice. I don't think he's going to start Eze. I don't think he's going to start Eze. And if he doesn't start Eze and we come away with no points and we lose, I'll tell you now, these channels will light up. DJB, what say you? I'm okay, my friend. I'm okay. Little bit tired. I'm a little bit sort of, I don't know, really. I'm a little bit worried about Sunday's game, to be honest. I am a little bit worried about it. Odegaard doesn't care what Tony Adams says, apparently. No, of course he won't. He won't ever achieve what Tony Adams has achieved at Arsenal Football Club, that's for sure. Ever. Jam Boy, you're going 2-2. I thought you went 3-1 the other day, Jam Boy. Or was that someone else? It might not have been you, Jam Boy. I apologise. Liverpool have murals on house. The one of the VVD is amazing. Yeah, it is. It is. They have murals everywhere. Arteta will get a lemon tree instead of a statue, some light bulbs to keep the area around the tree lit. He'll have to win the dog. We'll have a statue of Win the Dog. How about that? 44 of you guys in the house. Mate, if you all smash a like, that'd be great. Go smash a like. City, for me, way off it. Defensively poor. Rodri still not fit. Think we win 3-1. City lose this in the third game. Yeah. Rodri ain't match fit yet. He's not up to full fitness yet, Rodri, is he? And the defensive... Look, listen, it's Man City, man. They've got players that can turn up at any time. They've got players that can turn up at any time. They've got a manager that can just change things. You know, you never know what you're going to get. And the trouble is with Arsenal, if we start off badly like we do some games, we start off slowly. Even against Leeds United, we started off pretty. It weren't pretty, was it? The first half against Leeds, first 20 minutes against Leeds weren't very good. You start off like that against Man City, and then you can find yourself 1 or 2 down. So you just don't know. You just don't know, guys. It's a light bulb moment, guys. A light bulb moment. DJB, when the backroom staff being sharpened, it could take a couple of seasons before they let Arteta go. Could turn the other way, though. Could turn the other way. They could be freshening it all up, couldn't they? Let's be honest. You know, it could be starting with the backroom staff, and then they could just turn it all on its head. It could easily go the other way. It's a results business at the end of the day. I mean, I think this manager knows deep down. He ain't stupid enough not to know now, with the money he's spent, that if he doesn't get over the line this season, I think he knows he's gone. I think he knows he's gone. Will he walk away, though? Will he walk away, even if he doesn't get pushed out or sacked? Would he have the respect to turn around and go, do you know what? I've done everything I can. I'm just going to walk away. I don't think he will. I don't think he will. Big up, Michelle. Thank you for joining me. Arteta will get a bottle of bottling trophies. 2-2. Yeah, a lot of people are going 2-2, 1-1. That'd be a bad result for me. I'm not kidding. That'd be a bad result. I think you got to go and win this. I think you got to go and set the stall out, because we didn't do it against Liverpool. See, we should have gone to Anfield, made a marker, played really well, attacked. If we'd have come out of there, played well, come out of there with nothing, I would have been disappointed. But I would have looked at the performance and gone, do you know what? We mean business this season. So this is another opportunity to do that against a big club or one of our rivals, or one of our challengers for the Premiership. We didn't do it against Liverpool, but we can do it at home against Man City and really lay a marker down and go, you know, and just go and pick the 3 points up. Good performance, go and win the game. DJB Arnold is Arsenal's danger man. All it takes is one perfect counter attack from City and the right service from Foden, and he's fifth. Yeah, he's dangerous, man. We all know about Haaland. He's dangerous. He knows where he scores goals. Let's be honest. He scores goals. He can be out the game, and then one ball and it's in your net. It's in the back of the net, and he's lethal, really, isn't he? He is lethal. Are people forgetting Haaland? They seem to be. They seem to be. There's still this swagger about a lot of fans, though, isn't there? That just kind of not disrespect other teams, but just kind of, oh, well, we're Arsenal, we're better than them. But we ain't won nothing. We haven't won anything. We haven't won anything to sort of lord it over teams. And every game's a pressured game, guys. Every game's a cup final. The pressure on this football team to go out and win every single game is immense. Absolutely immense. And at the moment, everything's all fine and dandy. We got 3 points in the Champions League. We smashed Leeds. We smashed Forest. We didn't come out of Liverpool too well, but a lot of people are saying, oh, we was unlucky. We was only beaten by a wonder goal, blah, blah, blah. So everything at the moment is all okay with a lot of fans. But have we really, really played, apart from Nottingham Forest, a few minutes here and there against Leeds, have we really turned it on so far this season? I don't know. I don't think we have, personally. Notice DJB players are up and down under Arteta. Yorkeres and Marino, for example, played well Saturday. But I said this, Joseph. I said this about Zubimendi For me, Zubimendi's not consistent enough. He has one good game, then he goes missing. Then he has another good game, then he goes missing. He might show up against Man City, but Newcastle away, Tonali, Bruno in midfield. He ain't, you know what I mean? He's going to find out what the Premiership's like. These next two games, Zubimendi's going to find out very, very quickly how tough the Premiership is. Very quickly. That's what we all know. We've been forced to walk away. He's too respectable to get the sack. You think he'll be forced to walk away? I think he should walk away if he's not doing a job, Johnny. Especially given our Liverpool, where are we in the chat? Never walk away from 15 million. But my question is, will the fans in the stadium turn if he wins nothing this season? Good question. Me personally think a large proportion of fans will start to turn. Enough. I think enough fans will turn to make it uncomfortable for him. He won't get all the fans turning, but I think enough fans will turn to make it uncomfortable for him. 100%. With the women winning the Champions League, the owners will not settle for not winning something this season. True. You don't spend, I said this with me and Matty said it yesterday. No owner spends this amount of money and don't expect anything. These owners are expecting big things this season. Especially given how Liverpool have been playing. Exactly. DJB, set the stall out. It's not happening. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. 15 mil contract. He ain't walking away. Probably not, but he's going to have to. Liverpool are praying for a draw. Yeah. Liverpool get the job done with it. They got, but is it Burnley? Can't remember who they got. I can't remember. It's Burnley, isn't it? They got Liverpool. City ain't our rivals. We've won. We've won nothing. No, they've had main challengers though, haven't they? I mean, if you was to pick three teams with a chance of winning the league, it's going to be City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. So I don't mean they're our rivals. I just mean that they're our sort of next challengers, if you like. They're going to be the team that are going to be up there. You know, love the sound of you walking away. You walking away. Sing it on Sunny at the Emirates. There'll be some songs coming out if we don't win anything. That stadium, last game of the season, will be empty. Or it should be. It should be. Arteta's weakness as a manager, he's not getting the right game play and he keeps changing the wrong players and using the bad tactics. Do you know what? Right, Mims. He does. He just does 2 or 3 things during the game. And you just think to yourself, why have you done that? Why have you done that? And they're the little crucial things that don't get this manager over the line. Playing Eze on the left is just madness. He's got the opportunity with Odegaard injury to bring in Wanyeri and to bring in Eze. He's got so much opportunity to play attacking football. And he's just not going to do it. I don't even think he'll play Eze Sunday. I really don't. I think he'll start with Martinelli. I think he'll go Gyökeres, Madueke, Zubimendi, Rice, Marino. That's who I think he'll play. Brad Pitt fans are already willing to give him more time on Twitter. One person said he deserves a lifetime contract with the club. Yeah, well, he's mad, isn't he? Whoever said that, he's absolutely mad. Lifetime contract. Absolutely mental. He ain't an Arsenal fan. Can't be. If he can't go to Anfield and play to win, he will never win the Champions League. You can't go on that defensive. Michelle, 100%. You have to. There comes a time. There comes a time you have to go to one of the big boys and win. Henry said it, didn't he? Look what Henry said the other day. He was practically saying in a professional sort of way that if he don't win anything, get rid of him. If you read between the lines what Henry was saying, he was pretty much saying if he fails, get rid of him. That's what he was more or less saying. And rightly so as well. Next 2 weeks will be a test. Calafiore facing Doku, Alanga and Jan. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the battle on Sunday. I am looking forward to Sunday. 53 in the building, guys. Make sure that you're smashing a like. Put a like on it right now, guys. We had those first 6 games circle. Let's see. Lost to Liverpool, now City, then Newcastle. This is it. This is Lynch, 100%. 100%. Well, we're past the points tally that I said at the start of the season. I'll hold my hands up. I said we'll get 7. I said we'd beat Leeds at home, beat Forest. I've got City down as a loss, Lynch. I said we'd lose to Liverpool, so I've got that one right. I've got us losing to Man City at home. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see, Lynch. We'll have to wait and see. But the next games are going to be massive. And you've got Olympiacos as well in the Champions League, don't forget. They're not easy games. Champions Leagues are not easy games. And then we come back and then I think we've got, and then it's like we've got West Ham and then Fulham. Fulham away's a tough game. Always a tough game. Mr. Bait Red, good evening, my friend. Or should I say good morning now, people? DJB, interesting discussion earlier on Mosquera and Saliba. Who are you starting? Just going to get onto that, actually. As you know, guys, I don't flip-flop around and change my mind. So those that you've been watching me, I said I'd start Mosquera. Couple of reasons. Firstly, I think because it's the early part of the season and there's not been much game time, Saliba's injury has not given him a lot of game time, if you know what I mean. So he's not sharp at the moment. He's not up to full sharpness, and you've got to be bang on it against Haaland. Yeah, so there's a question mark whether he's fully fit for me on Saliba. Secondly, Mosquera has played well in all the games he's played, and this is an opportunity for us to look at Mosquera in a big game where he's going to be tested to see how he comes out. Because if Saliba goes to PSG or Real Madrid, you want to be confident to know that Mosquera is going to come in and be a perfect replacement. And the only way you're going to find out is when he's really, really tested. So for me, this would be a big test for him on Sunday. So I would keep him in the team. Not only that, if he does come out with flying colours on Sunday and Gabriel or Saliba gets an injury, you know he's adequate cover. If he plays Sunday and he gets run ragged and Haaland bags a couple and he's all over the place, we're back to square one. So for me, play Mosquera, see how he goes, give him his test, let him have his examination, see how he fares. If he plays well, then we can turn around and say everything's fine, everything's cool. Mosquera is the player that we thought he was. If he has a nightmare, then we can say, well, hang on a minute, he's not as good as what we thought he could be. So I'd play him. And the fact that I don't think Saliba's going to be fully fit. I think he's rushed back a little bit too quick, if I'm honest with you. I'm not disrespecting no team while Arteta's manager. No, you can't really. Listen, when players don't turn up, I mean, listen, players have got to take criticism. If they've had an absolute nightmare and a stinker and they've not played well at all. I mean, the West Ham at home last season wasn't good. Everton at home last season wasn't good. You know, the manager can take some of the blame for that, but ultimately the players have to step up as well. I mean, they don't get a free ride. They don't get a totally free ride. Players do have to step up as well. City are looking to win this game. I think City will go there and attack. That's why I've got it as 2-2. I think it'll be quite open. I don't think City's going to sit back. You know, they slipped up against Brighton. They slipped up against Spurs. They can't afford to go too far behind City. I think if they lose to us on Sunday and Liverpool win, I think it's 6 points, 9 points already. It's crazy. I'll get the league table up. Let's have a look at the league table, guys. Let's have a look. Premier League table. Right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh. Right. So, here we have it. Obviously, Liverpool are top with 12 points. We've got 9 points. We're already 3 points behind, right? Now, I know it's only early days, but if we lose Sunday and Liverpool win, yeah, we're like 6 points behind. We're 6 points behind going into October. Now, that might not sound a lot, 6 points behind this early in the season. But you're already playing catch up. You're already then got to rely on Liverpool losing 2 games very, very quickly before Christmas to get back into contention, right? Now, the reason why I think City will come to the Emirates and want to pick up 3 points is because they're on 6 points. So if they beat us, they're going level on points. They're going level on points with us, right? And more importantly, they'll go 3 points behind Liverpool. If City lose and Liverpool win, it could be season over for Man City. And that's madness, isn't it? This early on in the season, and we could already be eliminating Manchester City. So this game on Sunday, people, is massive. Is huge. Put it this way, if the pressure is on Arteta this weekend, lost to City and then struggled to your bogey team Newcastle, then a lot of the questions will need to be answered. Mems, a lot of the questions have to be answered all the time. All the time. If you're managing Arsenal Football Club and you're not getting over the line, you have to answer questions. Give Rice the captaincy for Sunday. Ain't going to happen, Lynch. Ain't going to happen. I wish it would. Arteta needs to be brave enough. He's got to go and win. He's got to go and win. I've said the Emirates has got to be a fortress this season to have any chance of winning the league. I think we've got to win every single game at home. We can't lose or drop points. We've got to make the Emirates an absolute fortress. Every team that turns up there, we've got to get 3 points. And it's doable. It's doable. Because once we've played City at home, do you know what I mean? It's very doable. DJB, who is better, Tonali or Rice? For me, Tonali is technically a better footballer. Yeah. Technically, maybe slightly better. But if you was to ask me, if I took my Arsenal hat off and you was to ask me what player I would prefer in my team week in, week out, I think I'd have to go with Rice. I'd have to go with Rice. Unless you see him live, right? And I'm not disrespecting people that don't go and watch Arsenal live because I've said this time and time again. Just because I go doesn't make me a better fan than any of you lot. Just because I've been supporting Arsenal for 50 years, I do not consider myself a better fan than anyone else. All right? It's just that I was born early. I was fortunate enough to go over the Arsenal at an early age, and I've been supporting Arsenal for long enough. It doesn't make me a better fan. However, when you watch Rice live on a weekly basis and see what he actually does, and don't watch little highlights or don't even watch him, honestly, if you just focus on what he does off the ball and the amount of work he gets through and his work rate, it's just incredible. Absolutely incredible. I think he goes unrecognised, to be honest. I don't think he gets the press. I don't think. Everton, Lynch. Yeah, look at Everton. Moise, look at Everton. And as I said to you the other night, who's the better player, Grealish or Eze? Who's the better player at the moment? If you was picking a team on form, who would you put in your team right now? You'd have to go Grealish, wouldn't you? Who'd have thought, eh? Who would have thought? Who would have thought Grealish stinking the place out at Man City, goes to Everton, we sign Eze, and Grealish is balling out. Yeah. Liverpool versus Everton. That's going to... Oh, yeah, of course. It's... Why was I thinking? It's late, people, isn't it? It's late, isn't it? It's late. And I'm sort of, I am a little bit half asleep, right? Why did I think Liverpool had Burnley? Come on, DJB. What's the matter with you? It's the Merseyside derby, for God's sake. I was only talking about it today. That's all I've been talking about is the Merseyside derby. We was having a conversation. What's the biggest derby? North London derby or the Merseyside derby? And there's me rocking up thinking that Liverpool got Burnley. What's wrong with me? Sorry, people. Yeah. That's going to be a tough game. That is going to be a tough game. I think Liverpool will nick it 2-1. However, that could turn out to be a draw. That could turn out to be a draw quite easily. Yeah, I'm way behind on the chat, people. Omri is jealous of Arteta, they say. Oh, is that a joke? How can Henri be jealous? How can Henri be jealous of Arteta? Look what that man has won. Look how good he was as a footballer. Do you know what I mean? All right, he hasn't really pulled up any trees as a manager, and I certainly don't want him anywhere near manager of this football club. But what he's achieved in his career is madness. How is the same fan base that didn't accept just top four under Wenger are accepting him setting up like Pulis and Big Sam? Because they've bought into it, haven't they? They've bought into the PR. The modern day fan nowadays, it's not about football nowadays. It's about what you see, social media. It's about the Netflix documentaries now. Just everything about football is commercialized, isn't it? It's like Christmas, too commercialized. And he just fits that modern commercialism as a football manager. He fits everything about it. It's like Ian Wright represents the modern day football fan, doesn't he? And everyone just buys into it. Not everyone. We don't buy into it. Of course we don't. We're better than that. But most of the fan base, they just buy into it. It's not about football anymore. It's about what it looks like. It's about the image of football. It's about what they say, what sells, what don't sell. The money. What things look like, what players look like, how they dress, how they act, what car they drive. I don't care if an Arsenal player turns up on a mountain bike. If he's balling out and scoring me goals, he could turn up on a mountain bike with a Sainsbury's carrier bag. I'm not bothered. I said draw, win, lose, win, draw, 9 points. I got United wrong, the rest right so far. Jam boy, you got it spot on so far, my friend. Spot on so far. 100%. 100%. I'd set a precedent to Saliba and I wouldn't start Mosquera. Yeah, listen, everyone's different. I think Mosquera deserves his place. I think he deserves his chance against Man City. I don't think he's done a lot wrong, and it'll be a good test for him. And it will be a true, how can I say, a true test for him, and it'll be a good audition for him, for the fans as well, because the fans can actually see how good this guy is. I mean, look, when you look at this league table, you've got Sunderland up there as well. You know, we've got to go to Sunderland away. That's a tough game. That's a tough place to go. Look at Chelsea, though, guys. Look, not really playing that well, but they're around. And if they win, if Chelsea win, Spurs win, Liverpool win, City beat us, we are suddenly down 6th or 7th, guys. Look how quickly we could drop out of that top 4. Yeah. And if we're 6th or 7th come Christmas, alarm bells are going to be ringing. Good day, my friend. Hope you're all well. Hope everyone's well. Mems, did you hear that Diego Simeone has been given a 1-match suspension in the Champions League? He misses the Arsenal game for his antics. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. That was madness, that was, wasn't it? That was crazy. I don't think all the Liverpool fans were totally innocent, though. I wouldn't put Saliba in. The two have played well together. Yeah, you're with me, Michelle. I wouldn't put. I don't think I'd start Saliba on Sunday. I just don't think he's fit. I don't think he's fully fit. Jamboy open for 2 losses. Jamboy's flying in the fantasy league, by the way. Listen, the fantasy league's an absolute nightmare. I'm way down, people. I'm way down. Big up, Sue. Nice to see you back again. You shouldn't even still be here. 100%. We know that. You know that, darling, don't you? He shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be here. We know that, people. How is this man still here? I do not know. I haven't got a clue. But yeah, 4-1 City should be. Oh, there. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if City do us big time? Look, City ain't hard to play against. I know my team were poor on the night. They still created chances, but shine. If the manager picks the strongest team, Arsenal will win 2-1. Mems. Yeah, I mean, was that a test against your Man United? What has gone on with Man United, man? What has gone on with Man United? They weren't really tested, were they, City against United, to be fair? Not really. Not really. But then we ain't been tested against Nottingham Forest or Leeds, have we? So it's going to be interesting. Arteta won't go at City, even at home. He's shitting it. I'm telling you now, right, Jamboy, if I rock up there on Sunday and I am bored out of my head, I'm not going to be nice. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to let it all out, I think. We come away there losing, and we've bored the pants off of everyone, because there's a way of losing games, isn't there? If you set up and you play negative football and you're boring and you lose, that would be a disaster. City have lost 5 out of 7 games after Champions League games. Yeah, I don't know. They've got the players, haven't they? I mean, I think they've got a few injuries, though, haven't they? They've got a few injuries. But having said that, they've still got a very, very good team. Jamboy Lynch, I know whatever midfield he goes with will be awful, because he won't play Eze or Ethan there. I don't think Eze's playing Sunday. I don't think Eze's playing Sunday, people. I really don't. I really, really don't think he's playing Sunday. I really don't. Big up the millet, my friend. Hope you're well. Wait till February or March to decide what sort of season it is. Usually get promoted side that does well for a few weeks, then go on a losing streak. That puts them back down the bottom. Yeah, but you always get one promote. Well, say that. It's been a bit of a disaster, hasn't it, last season? I mean, they were absolutely awful, weren't they? Ipswich and everyone else. I mean, Luton gave it a bit of a go, didn't they, when they come up? But, they got found out in the end. But I don't know. Is Sunderland going to be one of them teams? They could be one of them teams that do a Brentford or something, One of them will stay up. I'll guarantee you one of those promoted teams will stay up. And it'll either be Sunderland or Leeds. I don't think Burnley will, but it'll be Sunderland. One of them is going to stay up. And I can see one of an established Premier League teams going down. And if West Ham don't get their crap together very, very quickly, they could go down this season. I've said Wolves could be down there this season. See, a lot of people were saying Bournemouth, and I weren't going down that road. I think Areola's too good a manager. I don't think Bournemouth are going to be anywhere near it. I really don't. Be interesting though. Aston Villa. I mean, what has gone on with them? What is going on with them? They just can't score a goal. I'm shocked by Villa being down there. And the problem is, right, when you're down there, as said this before, look how quick September's going already. We're nearly at the back end of September. Before you know where you are, you're the middle of October. You have another international break. And then you come back, you're in December. Suddenly you're looking at the league table and you're thinking, we're still down there. We're going into December now, halfway through the season, and we're still in a relegation fight. It goes so quick. It's relentless. Apparently, Amorim said that even the Pope couldn't make him change his tactics. These managers, mate, honestly. These managers, they're just crackers, aren't they? Most of the football managers nowadays are absolutely crackers, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Not all of them. But Amorim, I mean, come on. They could be down there. Man United, if they don't pull their socks up, they could easily be down there. Evening, Bev the Ripper, my friend. Hope you're well. Or good morning, should I say? God, we'll be getting the old bacon sandwiches going in a minute, guys, and the old cereal, toast, bacon sandwiches. Getting a bit hungry. Do Mourinho and Martinelli start Sunday? Yes, Chris, is the answer to that. I reckon he's starting Martinelli. He's definitely starting Mourinho. Definitely. 100%. 100%. I'll give you my team. I'll give you two teams. I'll give you the team that I would line up with, and I'll give you the team that Arteta lines up with. Yeah, 100%. Sunderland and Leeds look solid so far, to be fair. Bev, one of them is going to stay up. One of them's going to stay up. I don't know who. And I've got no preference who I'd like to see stay up. Both fantastic clubs, both big clubs, both big fan bases. So I wouldn't mind whether Sunderland stay in the Premiership. I wouldn't mind if Leeds stayed in the Premiership, to be honest with you. But one of them's definitely staying up, definitely. Chris Tomlinson, I think so. Mourinho up top, Martinelli on the left. Yeah, let's do. I'm going to do my team, right. This is my team that I would pick for Sunday, right. What am I doing here, man? What's going on? Why can't I get it? Bear with, guys. Bear with. we go. Let's have a go with this one. No. What is happening with this? Stinker and hooked, as Lee would say, guys. Stinker and hooked. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Right, I'm going to do my team. So I reckon, right, obviously Raya's going to go in go. Omri is miles better than Arteta. I would have kept Omri, you know. I thought he had a raw deal, didn't he? He did have a raw deal. I was not shocked by Villa. Good evening. He's not better than Arteta. Only haters say otherwise. He's won more than Arteta, though, hasn't he, Johnny? That's the thing. He's won bigger trophies than Arteta. Wolves might be in trouble as well. Yeah, Keith. Wolves could be in trouble. Could be in trouble. The North London derby on Sunday, the 23rd of November. It has changed, yeah, I know. It's done me a favour, really, because it has done me a big, big favour that being changed to Sunday, because I'm busy that Saturday night. So, yeah, that's done me a favour. I don't really like Sunday. If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really like Sunday games. I don't like Sunday games. They're a funny atmosphere, 4:30. Free David C, big up, 3-1 City. Oh, I'm going 2-2. First cereal night, to be fair. Yeah, I do love a cereal, my friend. Do love a cereal. Right. Let's get the team up. Let's put my team in. This is who I would go with. Right, people. This would be my team on Sunday. Right. Here we go. This would be my team on Sunday. DJB, did Mourinho much bigger trophies than Henry? Still, Arteta is better today. Trophies don't matter if you're not doing it in the last 2-3 years. You have to be up there constantly in every good. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Johnny. I understand consistency is a big part of it, but you don't ultimately get judged as a football manager just by being consistent. I can already see Mick jumping around the technical box trying to pick a fight with Haaland on the throw-ins. Yeah, it's gonna be feisty on Sunday, people. Yeah, big up Keith Madison. Couple of results against Man United and 10 men. Napoli doesn't give them any chances of winning at Arsenal. Don't look like conceding. Won't be surprised if it's like 3-0. Apparently, Rodri is a doubt for that game. Yeah, do you know? Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. A lot of people are fancying 3-0 Arsenal. We've got to turn up. We've got to turn up. Johnny D, 21 wasted trophies in a row. Yep, there you go. Stats, 21. When you think, Johnny D, how long this football manager has been at this football club and he's won nothing other than that FA Cup when he first came, which weren't his team that he built. He binned everyone. And it's funny, right? The only players that brought him success, he got rid of. You know what I mean? 57 likes. Come on, guys. Put the likes up. Let's get these likes up, people. So there's my team. That's who I would pick. That's what I would pick, people. I'd have Wanyeri on the right. Gyökeres up top. I'd have Eze doing all this kind of madness. I'd have Eze doing all this switching from left, just operating in all this area here. Yeah. Rice, Zubimendi, Madueke on the left. That would be my team. That would be my team. But we know that Arteta's going to do this. We know. I reckon he's going to go with. He's definitely going with Martinelli. And he's getting rid of him. And he's going to play Mikel Merino. So this will be. This is going to be super duper mix. This is Mikel. This is it. There you go, right there. That's the lineup. That's super mix lineup. There you go. Look how defensive and boring that is. Look at it. That's what he's going to go with. And he's going to have Eze on the bench. Johnny D, that's rubbish because otherwise he doesn't win. He don't win. He's going Merino as well. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. Loser of this game is in the brink of being out of the title race. Massively. Massively. We've got the league title up. Liverpool could be home and dry by the sort of beginning by November. Oh, do you know what? I've already got my head around it, Chris. I've already got my head around this team. That's why I keep putting it up. Because the more I look at it, right, the more I'm trying to accept it. But I've already got my head around what he's going to play. This is what he's going to play. Trust me. I'm not a degenerate gambler, DJB, but Man City in form are playing 4-1. So a cheeky 10k on that would be 40k a year's salary if it's, yeah. Oh, I know. That's what I mean. But you've got to have the guts to put 10k down in the first place, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Screenplay. Big up, my friend. Screenplay, if you're new to, welcome to the community, my friend. Make sure you sub and smash a like. Guys, make sure if you've just come in for the first time, welcome to the community. Everyone's welcome here. The beauty of this chat and a lot of the other channels as well is everyone comes in. We all respect one another's opinions. Johnny D's in here. He's got all sorts of opinions going on, and but he's respected. Everyone's respected. And come in, have a smash of the like, and make sure you sub. All fans are welcome as well. All fans are welcome. One goal in semi-finals. Yeah, you got to, Johnny. You got to look at the facts, my friend. You've got to look at the money spent. You've got to look at the cups that we've not won. Yeah, you can't just keep going on about, oh yeah, but look, we're second and 3 years running, and look what we're doing. I mean, look at the football we're playing at the moment. It's not good, is it? It ain't good. Let's be honest. It wasn't good last season. People keep saying to me, oh yeah, but it's only 3-4 games. It's not. It wasn't good last season. I was watching the same dross last year, and I'm watching it again this year. You know, we were a strong team from 2 years. The rest we would have been accidental trophies, but sadly bottlers. These players in 2020 were bad, but not bottlers. That's why they won the FA Cup. They weren't all bad. You're telling me Guendouzi and players like that were bad players? Guendouzi would get into this team. Aubameyang was balling out. We weren't far off it under Unai Emery. You know what I mean? When Arteta went there, it weren't a complete disaster. People forget this. People forget this. We was only, if Unai Emery would have had another season and the money spent that this guy's had, We weren't a million miles away. We was not a million miles away. I'm Sub, mate. I said your retro show is the best show on YouTube. Love the work, mate. Thanks, my friend. Yeah, the retro show is really, really good. It's back on Tuesday, guys. It's back on Tuesday. Shane is hosting it. It's going to be some bangers. We missed it last week, guys. I did miss the retro show. It's an absolute banging show. It really is. It don't get a lot of views. We don't do it for that, to be honest with you. We don't really get anything out of it, to be honest. We just love doing it. We just love doing it. We're going to do a lockdown retro show. We're going to do a winter special lockdown. Get a few beers in, get your nibbles in, and we're going to do a lockdown special. And yeah, that'll be good. We've got to look at the old tracksuits and the footballs and all sorts going on. All sorts going on, people. Big up Keith Madison, my friend. Mosquera ain't half bad. No, I think he's done all right. I think Mosquera's done all right. But yeah, that's the lineup, guys. Keep staring at it because I could be wrong. He could put Eze in, but I don't think he will. I don't know why. I just don't think he will. I don't think he's going to, but we'll see. We will see, people. We will see. Yeah, I like Mosquera. What I like about Mosquera, he doesn't dilly-dally, does he? He makes his mind up and he sticks to it. You know? He's very good at reading the game, and he's very good at kind of, right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pass it to Raya. I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm not gonna pass it. I'm gonna do this, and he turns away, and he just makes decisions quickly. That's what I like about him, and that's a sign of a good player. When they can read the game like that, it's a sign of a good player, and that's why I want to see him Sunday. I want to see him up against the best on Sunday. I really do. I wouldn't be disappointed if he's playing and Saliba's not. I'm not going to be one of them fans over there going, "Oh, why ain't he playing Saliba?" You know. I think he deserves to play. I want to see him. I want to see how good he actually is. Robbie, Gunner judges suggested to Potts that Mourinho could start ahead of Gyökeres. I mentioned this as well, to be honest. I mentioned it as well. Lee Judges ain't far wrong. I've said that Mourinho could start up top instead of Gyökeres, and he starts Martinelli. Wouldn't that be ironic, right? If he puts Martinelli on the left and Mourinho up top, spend all that money, 250 odd million, and the players that we've signed in the summer that we desperately needed to move us forward are on the bench. And yet he's a fantastic football manager. Yeah. DJB, I bought the Haaland 89 away kit after seeing Holland 89 away kit after seeing it on the retro show. Yeah, mate. Vigilante, such a good shirt. That top is banging, that one. I'll tell you, Vigilante, you'll be buying a few more by the time that retro show's finished. It's all on the playlist, guys. If you've not watched the retro show, go on it's on my playlist. It's on Shane Gooner's playlist as well. Have a little look at it. You won't be disappointed. Seriously, you won't be disappointed. It really brings back some fabulous memories. DJB said it, not me. Guendouzi was Jorginho levels at best. Jorginho from the last... No. Guendouzi was a decent player. Guendouzi would have been a decent player. You put Guendouzi under a proper manager, he would have... Yeah. I'm telling you, that's going to happen. Yeah, Marino's going to go up top. He could do, couldn't he? I don't know what's going to happen with this. I never know. This is what I'm saying. I just don't trust this football manager. I've lost trust in him. I really have. I really, really have. I'm just getting through this season. If we win a trophy, I'll be absolutely over the moon. Of course, I will be. I'll be absolutely over the moon if we win a trophy. But yeah, I just want to see what happens at the end of the season. And then if we don't win anything, I'll be glad to see him gone, to be honest. I want to see Marino, Calafiori set up as a two-man forward line with Rice, Zubi, Gabriel and Saliba recycle the ball. Waha, it could happen. Could happen. I don't think Skelly's going to play, that's for sure. Martin, who'd have thought, right? No one talks about Skelly now, do they? No one talks about Skelly. And yet last season, the manager was a masterclass, tactical genius. Look what he's done to Skelly. Gets him in the England team, puts him left back. Well, look what he's done. Look how he discovered Skelly. He didn't discover Skelly. He went there by default because everyone was injured. And now he don't play him. No one mentions him. No one mentions him. I would trade Mikel Merino for Guandu. Yeah, exactly. I think Mikel hates Eze. It's not his signings. So first he throws him under the bus, then he yells at him in the game, Eze will be another Pepe. Good point, that screenplay. Good point. Eze could easily be another Pepe. Easily. Wasn't he signing? Wasn't his man? I'm not going to go down the road that just because he wasn't his signing, he's going to treat him like crap and not like a human being. I just think Eze poses a problem for him. He gives Eze, he gives him headaches, doesn't he? Because he doesn't want to drop his captain and play him in the 10, even though he knows that's his best position. So he'd rather stick him out on the left, and then he ain't a problem. Because if he puts him out on the left and he don't play well, we can just substitute him or drop him. If he puts him in the middle and he balls out and he scores goals and he gets assists, then he becomes a problem because now he's got to drop Odegaard, and he ain't doing that. That's why he didn't want Eze. Eze didn't fit his system. Sesko fits his system. That's why you're seeing Gyökeres run around like a blue-ass fly, not doing anything. He hardly touches the ball, Gyökeres. If you watch him, he hardly touches the ball. Have a look. When you watch the game on Sunday, right, don't watch where the ball is. Watch Gyökeres. Watch the amount of runs he's making when Marino's got the ball or Zubamendi's got the ball. And then watch him just pull up and stop because he hasn't got the ball. Just watch. Just watch him for about 5 minutes. What he does. And no one finds him. Have you noticed Marino is starting in midfield instead of Nwaneri, or is he? Well, Ethan Nwaneri is Emil Smith-Rowe. That is a definite. Said it all along. Ethan Nwaneri is not going to get much game time under this football manager. He was sold a dream and he ain't getting much game time. No one will say anything. He can easily bring Odegaard back in the team. Eze in the 10, benches Odegaard. Yep, you ain't going to bench Odegaard. Odegaard, he will fall on his sword with three players. This manager will fall on his sword. Odegaard, Havertz, Marino. They're the 3 players that will be the downfall of this football manager. You can tell the manager he's told his allies in the squad don't pass to Eze. Possibly David C. Possibly. But Gyökeres ain't getting no service at all. What captain? He doesn't want to drop Nwaneri, who I don't rate as much as most. What captain? He doesn't want to drop Nwaneri, who I don't rate as much as most of Eze. He don't want to drop Odegaard. He ain't dropping Odegaard, is he? Come on. Can't wait for Arteta to F off. Roman. We'll see. If he wins the big boys at the end of the season, fair play. But if he don't, yeah, it's time to F off. 100%. AJ, out of those 8-2, 8 and second were the leagues. One was a good try, good football. One was bad with 27 injuries and 5 stupid players and referees Reds in the first half, ending momentum. Same for the cups. Oh, come on, man. You're better than that, Johnny. Don't start going down the red cards and the injury routes. Yeah. Told you, half of those players are half of Arteta's. Do you think the club will get a real tifo this year for the? That was a disaster last year. Just don't get any tifos. Don't do me tifos. Yeah, turn up, wave your flag, wave your scarves or something. Yeah, wave your scarves, whatever. Don't do a light show with the floodlights. Don't do tifos. Don't need tifo. What is all this tifos about? What is all them? What does it do? Does it make you play better? What is it? This is what I'm saying. It's all football nowadays. It's all a gimmick, isn't it? It's all for show. What it looks like. That's all it is. Why do you do a tifo? You don't need to do a tifo. Arteta will be dispensable as soon as he refuses to compromise Uda Goose 29 Mourinho over the new signings. Remember Rio Camrita? Yeah, I do, Robbie. Yeah, 100%. Good shout. Good shout. Predictions for Sunday, DJB 2-2, Chris. 2-2. High scoring draw. 2-2. I think both teams are going to go for it. I think they've got to, because they're conscious that if Liverpool win and one of them lose, say if Liverpool win, we're 6 points behind them. Man City will be 9 points behind them. Going into October with another international break. December round the corner. You can't be 9 points. You can't even be 6 points going into December behind Liverpool. Can't. They're only going to get better. Liverpool are only going to get better. They're not going to get any worse. People don't realise Liverpool are top of the league and they've played crap, really. To their standards, they've not really played well, and yet they're top of the league at a canter. They're only going to get better. So we can't afford to drop points on Sunday. We just can't afford to do it. We've got to step up. And City definitely can't afford to drop points. So that's why I'm going for 2-2, because I don't think, I think it's going to be a wide open game on Sunday. Great managers drop players who are out of form. How many times has Pep had phone? This is why England. This is why England. Yeah, exactly, Dale Summers, 100%. That's what great managers do. That's why England's never won the World Cup, because we've picked players that are out of form. The amount of you imagine, right, over the years, the amount of England managers that have picked players for their reputation and their namesake rather than their form. The amount of players that I've seen go into World Cup squads that shouldn't even be there. And I'm talking players that have been out injured for like 2-3 months. I remember when Glenn Hoddle never picked Gascoigne. Never picked Gascoigne, you know, for a major tournament. Crazy. Do you remember when Theo Walcott went to the World Cup at 16? Honestly, it's mad. Absolutely mad. I don't know what gets in these managers. I don't know if the owners are really that dissatisfied with Arteta behind closed doors. I think they are, David. I think they're leaning towards that way, my friend. I think they're leaning towards that way, 100%. You can't go spending that sort of money and not win nothing. You really can't. 100%. Big up the Suge, my friend. Big up the Suge. I did manage to spot you on Aaron's. I think you was on Aaron's earlier on. Big up, my friend. Absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. Big up DJB in the chat. Hit the likes and subscribe. Yeah, please hit the likes, guys. If you haven't put a sub on it as well. Unfortunately, Arteta is technically lacking and will play his favourites and not the best for Arsenal. It does seem that way, doesn't he? He bats safe, Suge, doesn't he? He bats, you know, he's going safety first. And his mindset is, how can I not lose rather than how can I win? And I think that's going to be his biggest downfall this season, to be honest. Too cautious. 2-1 City incoming, sack him at full time. Can you imagine, right? Imagine this if we lose to City and then go to Port Vale and go out on penalties or something. God, that'd be imagine that. Imagine losing to City. I'll tell you what, if we lose to City, make sure you join me, right? Or join me anyway, even if we win. But make sure if you join me on Sunday for the sit back session, because that'll just go mental. Penalty Havertz in the third and fourth can't hit the target from inside the box. No, Havertz is. We're forgetting all these players have got to come back in the frame, haven't they? Havertz has got to come back from injury. He'll put him in because he loves Havertz. Me and Matty agreed the other day, right, that if Havertz was fully fit, he'd be playing instead of Gyökeres. Trust me. If Havertz was fit, he would play instead of Gyökeres. 100%. Yeah, and don't be surprised if you don't see Gyökeres out on the left one day. I said that and got pelters. Gyökeres will play on the left. He'll put him on the left. He'll try him on the left. Havertz up top. Exactly. You saw Salah finally wake up in the Champions League this week. Salah ain't even playing well and he's still Suge. Salah ain't even playing well and he's still scoring goals. See, that's what good players do, don't they? They don't really play well to their standards, but they score goals. I'm not too worried about Gyökeres yet because he has scored goals, hasn't he? It's not as if he's like not scoring. What gets me with Gyökeres is he's not really getting the supply. And I think you can only go so long without supply. And then eventually the goals will dry up as well. Eventually the goals will dry up if you don't get the supply. You can't live off of a hope and a prayer for all the time. Johnny D bought them Arteta and it all. Yeah. Big up everyone. You saw Salah hasn't even touched the ball in the Premier yet. I know. Frightening. This is what I'm saying. Liverpool will click. That's why whoever wins Sunday, that's why that game Sunday is so important. That is such a huge game. Huge game. Liverpool will be licking their lips if whoever loses that, if Liverpool win, they're going to think, yo, here we go again. If Isak was at Arsenal, he'd be playing week in, week out. We should have got Isak, shouldn't we? People forget it now, don't they? This is another mistake of Arsenal Football Club and this manager. We should have got Isak. But what did we do? We gave Eddie Nketiah the 14 shirt and paid him 100 grand a week. That's what this manager done. Yeah? And the rest is history. We'd have got Isak, we'd have won that league last season. I still think that if we'd have had a proper number 9 last season, we might have won the league. But then it's Arteta, and he probably would have bottled it last game of the season. Can you imagine this manager needing 3 points last game of the season to win the league? Can you imagine it? I couldn't. Walcott ahead of Defoe was crazy. Waha, you honestly, brother. This is what I'm saying. This is why England has never won the World Cup. Because the managers they've had have all been yes men. 3 bags full, sir. And we will pick players that we think that have done it in the past or are living off the back of their name rather than picking players that are in form. The amount of England players that have not gone to tournaments over the years that are banging form. Look at Matt Letizia. Matt Letizia was probably one of the best gifted midfield players you've ever seen in your whole life. Arteta is more at fault in the Carabao last year. Newcastle, we played very poor. 2 years ago, West Ham, Kudus, Masterclass, Ramsdale. Shit, made 3-1, but then the team was strong, just did badly. Yeah, I know, but there was moments in them games when he should have tactically changed it. He should have made his substitutions a bit earlier as well. And when he found out that Kudos was balling out, he could have done 2 or 3 changes there to make sure that Kudos was getting pushed back, and he didn't do it. Didn't do it. West Ham or City 0-1, but you can say that's on Arteta. We weren't very good. English FA never given Brian Clough the #1 job was a joke. Massive Robbie. Can you imagine it if Brian Clough should have been England football manager. But again, he was a handful, wasn't he? He was a handful, and the man was too opinionated, and the FA couldn't handle it. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The FA will always bat safe when they pick a manager. They will always bat safe. Yeah, they're not going to get a lot of problems from Tommy Tooks. Tommy Tooks, you know, is lucky to have that job. Lucky to have that job. Would I have given it a Tuchel? Not really. I think Eddie Howe should have got it. He should have been given the chance, in my book. Eddie Howe never even got an interview. Didn't even get an interview for the England job. That's madness. This is the problem I have when we win. Arteta is a genius. When we lose, it's the players. Yep. 100%. When we win, Arteta's fantastic, isn't he, Johnny? When we lose, it's the players. Red cards, injuries. There's no excuses this season. We don't win anything. It's all down to the football manager. Simple as that. 5 points to drift 6. We need to win desperately. Been saying that since, we have to win on Sunday. Have to win. Jamboy put that perfect. Always. AJ, Jamboy puts it perfectly always. We've only conceded 1 goal from open play this season, to be fair, though. Yeah, I've listen, Chris, I've said it all along. I've never really had a problem with the defence. I think our defence is quite solid. It's not the defence that worries me. The right back worries me because Ben White's not fit and we haven't got a proper right back. And if anything happens to Timber, then we're sort of gap filling, because that's all we do. We gap fill a lot, don't we? We haven't got out and out fullbacks, really. We just play them there by default. We've got centre halves that play at fullback, but we haven't really got an out and out fullback. So the right back concerns me a bit. But defensively, on the whole, I don't have a lot of problems. It's going forward. It's getting creative. It's the attacking. It's the final third that worries me. So by logic, when City wins, sack him so he can't throw the League Cup and the FA Cup in the bin again, Johnny D. Oh, dear, man. Big up, my friend. Big up. Is it Corrupt FC? Big up, my friend. Big up, DJ. Arsene Wenger was like a dad to me, and he got pushed out the club for not winning. How did we get Arteta out of the club if he don't win this year? Because I can't see him here next season. Strange one, isn't it, my friend? Strange one. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't on the Wenger bandwagon when it all turned nasty. I wasn't one of them. I was still. I wanted a change. I think Wenger had served his purpose and he'd done his time. Bit like this manager. I think he's done his time. Like every football manager at a football club, they have their ceiling. And once they reach that ceiling, it's time then to come back down again. And I think Wenger was at that level. But I never got nasty towards him and all of that, because that man, the teams he built at that football club, some of the football that I saw under Arsene Wenger, I've never seen it in my life. I've never seen it in my life. And for that reason, I could not turn toxic against Arsene Wenger. I wanted a change. As I said, I think his time had come and he done everything he could and more and won us trophies. but I couldn't turn nasty towards him. I just didn't have it in me because the football that I saw under him was absolutely brilliant. You know, I'd never seen football played like Henry and Bergkamp and Ljungbergs, and never seen it before. Never seen it at Arsenal. But this guy, Arteta, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand the absolute protection that this football manager has got with media, journalists, the majority of ex-players, David Seaman, Ray Parlour, Ian Wright, Martin Keown. The list goes on. I've never seen the amount of protection this manager gets. You know, and it's just frustrating. It's just so frustrating that he just swannies around and lords around as if he's won everything. You know, he thinks he's so absolutely God's gift to football. And if he looks at his trophy cabinet, he's got an FA Cup and a Charity Shield. He's got the same as what Crystal Palace has got. And he spent £1 billion. He's Crystal Palace. That's it. That's it. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's not hate towards him. Just feel that he's had his chance. He's had his chance. He's had his chance and he failed. We trust the process. We've been through phases and he failed. Time to move on. Get me another manager. Should have been another manager this season. Big up the Aaron, my friend. Thank you for the raid earlier on, my friend. Much appreciated. Love, respect, 100. Make sure that you go and follow Aaron. I'm sure you all do anyway. 100%. 100%. We got the Lynch back in. Not the Lynch. Where you been, Lynch? You made a cup of tea. Did you make me one? I'm due cereal in a minute. I'm getting cereal withdrawal symptoms in a minute. It's breakfast. He's getting breakfast. Look, 1:20. Thank you everyone for joining me. We've still got 62 in here, guys. Come on, let's smash the likes up. Let's go. I listened to a bit of Des Walker under. Do you know what? Right, he came across old Desi Walker, innit? Yeah, London boy. Under Brian Clough, he didn't care how pissed they was on the Thursday, as long as they performed on the Saturday. Because if not, you were dropped. Simple. Exactly. Brian Clough used to give them enough rope, mate, and if they hung themselves, that was it. He weren't bringing them back down. I'm telling you. He was ruthless. No one's ever going to do what Brian Clough's ever done, you know. There will never be another manager, but in this modern day football manager, there will never be a manager to do what Cloughie done at Nottingham Forest. Won't ever happen. You won't ever get a team like Nottingham Forest in this modern day football win the European Cup 2 years, twice on the trot, and championships. There won't ever be another manager like it. It's just like everyone forgets about Leicester City winning the Premiership under the Tinkerman, right? But when they won that Premiership, what an amazing achievement for Leicester City. And I remember, right, watching the TV and pundits were going, oh, yeah, no, the bubble will burst. Leicester are doing well at the moment, but I can't see them there come January. Then January came round. Leicester was still up there. Then February came. No, I can't see Leicester winning it. I can't see them winning it. Then February came and gone. They were still there. Then March. No, the bubble will burst. They got injuries now. They're not going to win it. And I'll tell you what, my son was at Leicester University at the time when they won that, when they won the title. And he said it was one of the best nights out he's ever had. And he's an Arsenal fan. He's a season ticket holder like me. And he was at Leicester University. He said that night, that parade and the park, there was a big park opposite. I can't remember the name of the park now. And all round the ground and everything. He said the whole city was just like erupted. It was just amazing, absolutely amazing. One of the best achievements in world football, that was. 100%. Leicester City winning the Premiership, what Brian Clough done with Nottingham Forest have got to go down as some of the best footballing achievements in history. Has to. People say Blackburn Rovers, but Blackburn Rovers had quite a bit of money spent on it. They had a bit of a. They had top players playing for them, like Sherwood, Sheringham, Shearer. You know, they had some top players playing for Blackburn at the time. But when Leicester won it, do you know what I mean? Mahrez, Vardy, all them men. How good was Mahrez? Oh my God, how good was Mahrez? Kante, that was another Arsenal boob, wasn't it? Yeah, we ended up with Granit Xhaka when we should have got Kante, and we ended up with Granit Xhaka, one season wonder. People big Granit Xhaka up as if he was like the next homecoming. Granit Xhaka had one good season. That was it. If we win the Carabao only this season, do you think Arteta should keep his job? No. I'm on the fence, mate. Ashley, no. Listen, if you're on the fence and you're flip-flopping around, that's fine. Yeah. But you've got to look deeper, right? You've got to look at the facts. You've got to look at the opportunities this manager's had given to him, and you've got to look at the amount of times he's fouled. And you've got to look at certain games that he's fouled in when we should have got over the line. There was no way over 2 legs against PSG, having the home fixture first, we should have gone out the semi-final. We should have been in the final. We should have been in 2 Champions League finals by now. And we should have won a Premiership trophy by now. We should have certainly won another FA Cup. And we should have definitely won a Carabao Cup. No excuses. You know? And he's fouled miserably. A German winning a World Cup for England would be ironic. But no, I think he should definitely go. 69 likes. Come on, make it 70 for me. Let's go. Smash the likes. Oh, what's the time? Look, 1:30 and we're still going. Brian Clough was class. Brian Clough was just incredible. That film, when he went to Leeds United. Leeds United at the time under Don Revie won everything, right? Couldn't be touched. And he went, you can throw all your trophies and all your medals and all your cups and throw them all in the bin because you've only ever won it by cheating. Then the Leeds players were like looking at him as if to say, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Oh, dear. Yeah, as I said, DJB, Carabao Cup, Arteta's massive fault, not in the FA. Why not the FA then, Johnny? Why not the FA Cup? And don't say injuries because we only had Saka or Gabriel, I think. We only had Gabriel missing. You got to remember, right? People keep going on about these injuries. Go and have a look at the starting lineup when we played in the FA Cup and have a look at the bench. That was solely his fault, 100%. David, imagine if Rio scores, Arteta will start Dauman until he scores. Oh. Dauman ain't getting a start. Dauman ain't getting a start. Wanyeri ain't coming on either against City. Mosquera will be pushed out to right back. That's a possible. Stop saying this shit, and when we win 100% on Arteta and when we lose 100% on the players, nobody ever in history said that. They do. But they do. They do say it, Johnny. When we win, it's like, oh, Arteta masterclass, genius. When we lose, it's like, oh, injuries, red cards, players missing chances. Change is happening. Yeah, I hope so. Arteta is a false glory manager. I hope change is happening. You say he was given the money, yet earlier you said he was given players he didn't want. He didn't want Yorkeris, put it that way. That was not his first choice. He wanted Sesko because 2 years ago he wanted Sesko and it didn't happen. Then he went for him again last season and it didn't happen. And he tried for him this summer and it didn't happen. So Sesko was definitely the one he wanted, not Yorkeris. As for Eze, I don't believe he wanted Eze. Otherwise, we'd have got him in June, July. Eze would have gone on pre-season with us. He would have gone on the tours with us. As for all the other players he signed, I would say that 90% of them were his players. Fabio Vieira was his signing. He wanted him. Pablo Marie, another one, was his signing. Wanted him. You can go on and on and on about all the players. Tavares was his signing. Stanley Lokonga was another one of his signings. So he's had all what he wanted, and he's had the money. He's won 1.3 billion pounds. This club has spent since he's been manager. 1.3 billion pounds he's had spent. So he's had the money, and he's had the signings. He's had the players. He's got the players. He's got all the tools he wants. He's now just got to go and build an empire. And let's see if he can do it. I'm having breakfast as you speak. Big up, my friend. No, it's because when he bought a squad and a half worth of players and half players fall back to him. I mean, look at the amount of goalkeepers he's signed over the years. Jeez, look at the goalkeepers he's signed over the years. I think he's had about 4 or 5 goalkeepers. Left backs he's signed, centre backs he's signed, and played them at left back. You know, it's just mad. It's just mad. The players that have gone through this football manager and the money that's been spent, and yet we still haven't won anything. I was Wenger in. Reason most likely he was a legend and the greatest football joy in my life. First game 75, please understand. Robbie, I wasn't Wenger in at the time because, as I said, I just felt that it was time for a change. And that was nothing against Arsene Wenger. But it was ugly. When they wanted Wenger out, it turned nasty. There was unrest on the terraces. There was banners being waved with all sorts of horrible stuff on. There was lots of arguing going on. It weren't nice. He was getting abuse sung at him and pelters thrown at him. It wasn't nice. And I just didn't go along with that. I wasn't in that camp. Because some of as I said, the football that I saw under Wenger was just incredible. Incredible. The Leicester title is iconic. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%. That won't be done again. That won't be done again. Leicester winning the Premier League is like West Ham rocking up and winning the Premier League now, isn't it? You know? Or Crystal Palace winning the Premier League, or Bournemouth. Well, not Bournemouth, because Leicester are bigger than Bournemouth. But yeah, Palace. It's like Palace winning the league, isn't it? Suge, who has wasted 21 winnable trophies? Arteta. Who abused youth? Arteta. Clough played seven-a-side tempo with 11. I played football and I was in awe. Clough a legend. Robbie, 100%, mate. 100%. And I'll tell you what, he improved players as well. Look at John. Look at Robertson on the left hand side. Look at the way he got in playing. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. We beat Leicester home and away the season they won it. I know, 5-3 and 2-1. We did, Jam Boy. We absolutely did. They still won it. I agree. But again, those arguments don't change past arguments. 21. He was at fault for like 5 or 6, and the rest he did either well or players didn't finish dinner. Yeah, I say you're blaming the players, Johnny. You just said that you don't blame the players. You said you don't agree with that statement, that when Arteta wins, he's a genius, and yet when the players lose, it's when he loses, it's the players. And there you are. Don't forget, he also took Derby County to a European. Yeah, he did. He did. He done wonders at Derby, Millet. 100%. Cloughy was a genius. Love watching his documentary as well. I love watching Brian Clough interviews. Sometimes, like when you're feeling like crap, when Arsenal have played bad or something and you're feeling crap, go and watch a Brian Clough interview. Brilliant. Jamboy facts. Yeah, Arsene Wenger still couldn't get the league done. No, I mean, it did all go south for Arsene Wenger. He overstayed his welcome, didn't he? He overstayed his welcome, you know. He was like the drunk uncle at the birthday, at the wedding party, wasn't he? Come on, time to go home now, uncle. Come on, and he's still dancing on the You know what I mean? He outstayed his welcome. That's what Wenger did. He just outstayed his welcome, and then it all turned toxic. I think he should have gone out after the FA Cup final, the whole one. He should have gone then. That should have been his last one. Casper had just won the league with Leicester, and he was angry because he conceded a late goal, so he didn't win the Golden Glove. That's winning mentality. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Mahrez, Vardy, Cant, Schmeichel. Say no more. How good was Jamie Vardy that season? How good was Vardy that season? Who were they? Was it Liverpool or was it Man United? When he hit that volley, when he latched onto that long ball, didn't he? And he smashed that volley in on the angle. Do you remember that goal? Sort of sprinted onto it and he just hit it. I think that was against Liverpool, wasn't it? That's it. Buck stops at the manager. AJ, 100%. I've always said it. You can go round and round and round in circles all day long. We can talk about tactics. We can talk about injuries. We can talk about red cards. We can talk about money being spent. The bottom line is the manager picks the tactics. He sets up the way the team plays. The buck stops at the manager. That is it. That's in all levels of football. Sunday morning football, Saturday afternoon football, school football. The buck stops at the manager. When them players cross that white line, yeah, they have to perform, but ultimately it's down to the football manager. That is it. If you've got someone that's not doing their job, they have to leave. If you've got a car mechanic and every time your car breaks down, you took it to him and then 3 weeks later it broke down again, and then you took it back to him and then 3 weeks later it breaks down again, would you be taking it back to him again? You'd be going, no, sod off. I ain't taking it to you. Every time I take it to you and give you all this money to mend it, it keeps breaking down. I've never known a manager to get all this time for failing. Never known it. As I said, they were fighting on the terraces to get one of our greatest ever managers out the football club. Fighting on the terraces to get him out. Literally. Arsenal fans fighting amongst each other to get Arsene Wenger out. This guy rocks up with £1 billion spent, wins nothing, bottles league titles, throws FA Cups and League Cups in the bin, and everyone's singing his praises and dancing on the streets and everything. Thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. You know, Lord Arteta. Didn't erupt as much when we finally shook off Jack Charlton's third division Sheffield Wednesday 4 replays. I had Leicester PTSD. I remember those replays, man. Oh my God. Yeah. Jeez. Arteta will park the bus on Sunday against City. Diego, I hope not, mate. I don't think both teams can afford to. I don't think they can afford to drop points. Because if Liverpool win, as I said, they go 6 points above us. They'll go 9 points above City. Then you're going into October. Then you've got another international break. Before you know where you are, you're at December. Suddenly you're rocking up at Christmas 9 points behind Liverpool. Can't afford to. Can't afford to. Hi, DJB. Parsky 9, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Not here for the rival business. Just want to say that any serious club would have sacked him and appointed someone who is proven a serial winner. All the other clubs say it. All the other fans from the other clubs say it. They all say it. Arne Slot, right? Liverpool, your man. He wins you the Premiership on his first season. Gassed up, over the moon. Okay? You go next season, you don't win anything. You go the following season, you don't win anything. You foul in the Champions League. I'm telling you now, your fan base would be absolutely turning on him. They'd be demanding for another manager. The pressure's on him this season to win the Champions League. He's just rocked up and won you the Premiership. But I'll tell you now, and I could be wrong, but I know Liverpool fans. If he fails in this Champions League or doesn't get to a semi-final of the Champions League, minimum requirement for Liverpool is semi-final of the Champions League, probably to win it. In most Liverpool fans' eyes, right, with the team you've got and the money you've spent, you're looking at Champions League this season. If he doesn't win the Champions League this season, Arnie's under pressure. Under pressure, and he's just won the Premiership. Telling you. And I might be wrong, right? But I would say that most Liverpool fans want the Champions League this season. If you was to say to them, well, what would you rather win, Premiership or Champions League? I bet you 90% of Liverpool fans would say Champions League because you've won the Premiership. It's done. Done. It's done. You had that celebration last season. You want the Champions League this season. I might be wrong, but that's what I reckon. Johnny D, I'm ending the argument. Despite the Champions League win, Rennie Sleggers doesn't win anything for the next 2 years. She gets sacked. So how on earth is Arteta got 7? Exactly. City game is in 39 hours. We end in the 5th round. Johnny D, then 6. You would blame him on should he get the sack alone? Oh, Johnny, listen. What do you want? What do you want? Do you just want a club where you're just competing, finishing second? You know, it's Arsenal Football Club. Standards have got to be higher. You've got to raise the standards. You've got to raise the standards. The only way you raise standards is you give the manager the opportunity, and if the manager doesn't deliver, you sack him. Simple as that. This manager wouldn't have lasted under Roman Abramovich. Roman Abramovich at Chelsea, Arteta's gone in 3 years. He's gone. He would have been gone by now. Seriously, gone. Newcastle away next week ain't going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to be tough. That is going to be a tough game. Big up everyone in the chat. He should have been sacked the year you bottled the league. The fact the owners are backing him shows the club are happy with top 4. Exactly. I don't think. See, this is where I'm a little bit different now. And I've said this. I think the owners, when they first appointed Mikel Arteta, was to get stability, get us competing, and get us into the Champions League. But I think now the goalposts have moved. I think the owner's outlook now is completely different because they're looking at it. They've bought in Berta. They're paying the manager top dollar, and they've spent millions and millions of pounds. I think their outlook now is completely different to what it was 3-4 years ago. Completely different. 3-4 years ago, I think you was right. They would have been happy with just top 4. That was their kind of first priority. But now I think it's beyond that. I think it's bigger than that now. Go through the budget Wenger had and the teams. He got top 4. Now look at Arteta and the team still gets top 4. 100%. 100%. There you go, Johnny. Wenger got top 4. Pretty much every single season got top 4. And built a stadium. Years on, billions of pounds spent, and we're still getting top 4. But after 5 years of mediocrity is enough. I'll give him the first 2 years as a grace. I did. Suge, I was with you. I wasn't Arteta. I wasn't against I was prepared. Lee, give him his due. He didn't want him in the first place. He wasn't my choice, but when he came to the club, I thought, okay. And he talked the talk, didn't he? And then he got us the FA Cup, and I was thinking, okay, he could do things. He could have a good career at Arsenal. We could win a lot of things under this guy. But then I really quickly found out. There was a few games, and I'm thinking, he don't know what he's doing. He looks lost. He's out of his depth. So yeah, I gave him the first 2 years, Suge. Big up, my friend. I gave him the first 2 years, but now it's time. It's time. Johnny D, 1886, not 2019. Please remember that. Jamboy, agree. He changed after the league title bottle job. He should have walked on his own accord. More people would have respected him for that, but instead he's stealing a living and disgusting. I agree. I agree to that. I think when he lost that title, that's done him. When we bottled that 8-point lead, since then he's got worse. Mentally, that scarred him. That bottling that 8-point lead mentally scarred him. He started changing all the tactics. He started changing the way we play. He's more defensive. He's not as proactive enough. He's more rigid in his play. Yeah. It's got worse since he bottled that league title. Big up, Lynch. That was our title. Leicester lost 3 games that season, twice to us. Miracle. Yeah, was a miracle, Lynch. An absolute miracle. And that should have been our title that season. Should have been our title. Arteta is not a legend. He hasn't won a legend. Even at Everton, he managed 1 game before taking over Arsenal. Our team can't get that much better right now, and he won't get over the line. He won't. Big up, Rob Future, my friend. Big up, my friend. Make sure you're smashing the likes, guys. We've still got what we got, 45 in the building now. It's getting late, yeah. But listen, guys, make sure you're smashing a like on this, and big up to everyone. Rob Future in the house. More like supporters suffer. The club is one of the strongest 6 clubs in the world right now, which is an insane job to do without winning anything. Listen, Arsenal's always going to be one of the top clubs in the world. Arsenal was one of the top clubs in the world before Arteta got there. And it will do when he leaves. Arsenal are a massive football club. Arsenal was a massive football club under George Graham, Bertie Mee, Terry Neal, and all the managers before him. Arsenal's always been a top club in the world. Always. The only difference is when we was a top club in the world under different managers, we were winning things. We were winning championships and premierships. This manager's rocked up. We're still one of the top clubs in the world, but we're not winning anything. Arteta hasn't made us the top club in the world. We was always the top club in the world before he even got there. Johnny, you got to look at your history. Go and watch the history of Arsenal. Go back and watch some history. Learn about the football club in history gone past. There was life before Arteta at this football club, and there will be life after this when Arteta leaves. We have always been a big football club. That is why when we don't win anything, we get on the manager's case. And the next manager that comes in, if he doesn't win anything, we'll be getting on his case. And so on and so on and so on. Because that's our big club's role. That should be the minimum standards. That should be the minimum expectancy. When you take a job on like Arsenal Football Club, you take on a job knowing that you've got to get success. You don't walk into Arsenal Football Club just to compete. You come in Arsenal, you take the job on at Arsenal Football Club to win. That's what's expected. That's what's always been expected. You know, Arteta hasn't turned us into this great, big, fantastic, worldwide football club. We weren't like languishing in Division 1 or the Championship. We wasn't like fifth from bottom or constantly in relegation battles when he took over. And he's made us into this super club. We've always been a big club. Always. What did Arteta do as a manager to get the Arsenal job? Don't know, Lynch. Said this story before, didn't I? Can you imagine, right? You're rocking up at Man City. You're putting the cones out. You're giving the players the bibs. You're filling up the water bottles. And all of a sudden, you get a phone call. Hello? Is that Mr. Arteta? It's Arsenal Football Club here. Yeah. CEO. Yeah. We was just wondering whether you'd like to take the job on as Arsenal football manager. Sorry, I think you got the wrong number. No, no, seriously. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine when he went rushing home to his wife? Yeah, you'll never believe it. I've only been given the job at Arsenal Football Club. Don't tell lies, Mikel. You've never managed a big club. You've never managed a football team. You're a coach. You're not a manager. I know. I can't believe it. Can't believe him. Can't believe it. 1 minute I'm putting out the cones. Next minute I'm manager of one of the biggest clubs in world football. Yeah. Imagine that. So Lynch, I don't know what CV. That's the only thing I blame the Cronkies for. I blame the Cronkies for not getting me like man like Klopp or something like that when we had the chance to. I also blame the Cronkies for giving this guy the job in the first place. And then I blame the Cronkies for keeping him in the job this season and last season. And being stupid enough to give him £15 million a year. That's what I blame the Cronkies for. Mad. Johnny D, when Rene takes the job, that's what. Yeah, should have had Zidane. I said 50-50 between the players and Arteta, DJB. The 2 games in the Carabao is Arteta's most of all. The 2 FA Cup is more than the players, but all have responsibility. It's never just one's fault. No, I mate, you're right, Johnny. Listen, I'm not I don't make you wrong, and I've said it. I said that the players do have to take the blame sometimes. It's not always the manager's fault on that, but the manager does have to take responsibility in the end. When you keep failing, unfortunately, it's never the players. That's the way it rolls. That's what football, that's the way it is. It's the managers that get the sack, not the players. If Gyökeres missed a penalty to win us the league and he misses, Gyökeres ain't getting the sack. The manager's getting the sack. That's the way it rolls. So ultimately, it comes down to the manager. All four were brilliant, 100%. United, Liverpool, DJB. Johnny D, I think I read your comment wrong. Did you say Arsenal is one of the strongest 6 clubs in the world? It's always been a big club. It's always been a big club. United are the biggest club. Man U, did I read the other day that Man United, even though they've not won anything and they've finished 17th in the league, are still generating millions and millions of pounds. Their profits for this year has been astronomical. You name me a club that can be in the gutter for so long and yet still generate millions of pounds. And I've said it all along, Manchester United are one of the biggest clubs in world football and will continue to be so. When they get it right, and they eventually will, Amorim will eventually get the sack, all them players will get bombed out, and they will get it right. They will be around for years. Like it or not, Man United are massive. Proper massive club. Lynch, I managed one game while Pep was out and he lost. He did. Big up, Aaron. Perhaps I'm wrong. Thought it was United. What a goal either way. I'm behind on the chat here, guys. We should have gone down the lines of the Liverpool boot room with Wenger, had someone on the sidelines waiting to take over. Yeah, we should have done that, Millet. We made some massive mistakes there when Wenger was coming to the end of his career. There was so many managers that were flying around at the time. And I remember like Klopp, I remember saying like, go get Klopp, go get Klopp, go get Jurgen Klopp, go get Klopp. Kept saying it and saying it. I was gutted he ended up at Liverpool. I was absolutely gutted that Klopp ended up at Liverpool. He was one manager I really wanted. Johnny D, so him being in the 2 League Cups should have get him the sack alone. Yeah. He'll listen. It will happen. You've just got to get your head around it. If we're not successful this season, he's going. You just got to get your head around it, people. Anyone in this chat that wants Arteta to stay at this football club, get your head around it now. Because I'm telling you, if he doesn't win anything this season, he's gone. Game over. Finished. We're getting a new football manager next season. If he wins the Carabao Cup, he's probably still gone. That ain't going to save him. So just get your head around it. If your man don't come up with the goods this season, he's gone. He scored some fucking belters that season. Oh, massively. Yeah. He did, man. Scored some crackers. That goal, Vardy, I'm pretty sure it was against Liverpool. I'll have to check it. I mean, some said Liverpool, you said United. I can't remember. It was against one of the big boys, wasn't it? But Vardy was just unplayable that season. And Mahrez. Mahrez was just different world. He still is. Still is. He's another player we could have signed, wasn't he? Arsenal. Ended up at City. He was another player that went. Mahrez. There was at the time I wanted Mahrez, I wanted Cante, I'd have took Vardy as well. Yeah, I'd have took all them men. They're the three. Kasper Schmeichel in goal I'd have taken. They're the four I would have taken from Leicester and bought to Arsenal. We ended up with Granit Xhaka and Pepe and people like that. Johnny D, if I had Arteta's success rate in my job, I would get the sack. Yeah, of course you would. Exactly, because any competitions we enter with four favourites, if the teams of the world would play in the competition, we would be among the 6 favourites strongest in the 6 clubs. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. We're one of the favourites to win the Champions League. Again, can't believe it. It's the unearned arrogance which does my head in, but so many fans think he's some sort of god as a manager. Rob, I know, mate. It's a killer, isn't it? It's an absolute killer. And the problems is it's made a lot of our fan base toxic as well. That's why we're hated so much, because our fan base are arrogant just like him. This is why we get absolutely caned all the time. We didn't sack Arsene Wenger to waste 21 winnable trophies. Exactly. $77 likes, guys. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's joined me late tonight, guys. Big up, everyone. Nearly going on to 2 o'clock in the morning now. What is going on? Let's read Suge. AJ, everyone would get sacked. I literally had to leave Adam's calling show at 7:45 this morning because of work, but Arteta would get a free ride. Big up, Suge, man. Absolute legend. Please like the stream if you've not already. It really helps DJB out. It does, AJ. 100% it does. It all helps all our little channels out. When you go on Aaron's, Views, Shane's, yeah, if ever you go by them, always get the likes and all that. Get the likes up. It just helps us out, brother. Just helps us all out. Helps us all out. So you tell me, if Arteta lost to Port Vale, don't sack him, Johnny. Oh, mate. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Half a year, if not going well, you can't win a trophy in a half a year. Why does Arteta get 6 years? Make it make sense. Jamboy, perfect. Perfect. Why are they giving him this year? Why are they saying, oh, yeah, you know, if he doesn't win anything this year, sack him? Why have you waited all this time? Why wasn't you saying that last season? What's the difference between this season and last season? Oh, because we've got a number 9 now. All right, we've got a striker now. Oh, I see. Okay. Now the team, it goes enough the first time. Do you know what, guys? All I'm saying is that Sunday is going to be a massive, massive game. Putting out the cones and filling up water bottles. That's all he used to do, Jamboy. He put the cones out, give the bibs out, do the coaching session. He then comes off the field. His phone rings. He gets an interview with Arsenal Football Club. He can't believe his luck. He gets the job, goes home to his wife and says, I'm going to be manager of Arsenal Football Club. She thinks he's gone absolutely bonkers. She can't even believe it. You what? You're Arsenal? You're manager of Arsenal? Yes, I'm manager of Arsenal Football Club. What you been drinking? You was giving out cones and bibs an hour ago. What are you on? No, honestly, I've got the job at Arsenal Football Club. Do you know what I mean? You imagine it. And now he's ranked in the top 10. I think he's ranked in the top 10 of world football managers. Make it make sense. I don't understand it. It's worse than Ballon d'Or winners, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's worse than Pablo Nedved getting Ballon d'Or winner and stopping Henri from winning it. Do you remember when Nedved won Ballon d'Or and Henri never won it? Henri was unplayable. He was the best player in world football. And Paolo Nedved rocks up and wins it. Do you know what I mean? And yet this manager, Arteta, top 10. I think he's in the top 10 of world managers. He's up there with Pep and all of that. How? What idiots sit round a table and make up this crap? I know what. Let's put Arteta in top 10 of world football managers. Okay, so what criteria then do we put him in the top 10? What do we put him in? Because he wears nice clothes, nice jumpers, nice hairstyle? No, because he's Mikel Arteta. And they know exactly what he needs. Yeah, but why am I putting him in the top 10? Because he hasn't won anything. He's won the Champions. No, he's not won the Champions League. Oh, right, okay. He's won the Europa Cup. No, he ain't won the Europa Cup. No. He's won the Conference. No, he ain't won the Conference. He's won the Premiership title. No, he ain't won the Premiership title. So how's he in the top 10 of world managers? I don't know, but he is. Make it make sense. I can't get my head around it. It was against us, absolute world class. Oh, I thought it was against Liverpool. There you go. That was, I'll tell you what. You were bad that season, though, weren't you? When Leicester won, I think you finished. Was it 7th or 8th? Wasn't it, Liverpool? Correct me if I'm wrong, people. I'm pretty sure Liverpool finished 7th or 8th when Leicester won that title. I might be wrong. This is what I've been saying about United. Enjoy it whilst it lasts, because they will return. Rob, Man United will be back, and I'm glad, and I hope they will. I want Man United back. I think it's great. I think it's a better league when you've got Man United top of their game, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Much better league. I prefer it. Because when we beat Man United, when they're on top and we beat them, it makes it all better. Now we beat Man United, it's like, wow, just beat Man United. United still took 200, 300 million drop. No, they made profits. It was on TalkSport the other day. I'm sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was. Johnny D, you think Odegaard isn't good enough yet? He must play so we can win and make it make sense. Exactly. Odegaard should not be captain and he should not be playing. He's out of form. Simple as that. Put Eze in the 10. Put Eze in. I enjoy these late night sit backs. Big up, David C. Won't be too many of these going, I'm telling you. Sunday will be a late one if we lose. Can't wait, DJB, him going. I will be celebrating like we won the Champions League. Do you know what? He's going, Jam Boy. He is going. Trust me. There's movement on the board now and everything. It was against an absolute world-class finish. Yeah, where did you finish that season, past Pesky? When Leicester won it? You didn't have a very good season that year, I can remember. Rennie Slegger's winning the league title and getting the sack one. Odegaard wasn't against United. All Vardy did was foul Raphael, not given, then won a penalty being fouled by Raphael the exact same way he was in 5 seconds ago. I don't think he's gone. DJB. Cronkies are useless. As long as he gets Champions League, he's in a job. Can't trust these Yanks with the club. Cronky's out. Has to be the main aim. They're parasites. Look, like some people are on the fence with Mikel Arteta, I'm on the fence with the Cronkies, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm on the fence with the Cronkies. And the reason why, and I get all the negatives about the Cronkies, and I get it. I totally get it, right? But all clubs will moan about their owners. I don't know any club around the world that don't moan about the owners of the football club. But what you cannot deny is that these Cronkies have given this this particular football manager, I'm not talking about the past, but the Cronkies have given this football manager time and money and patience. So they've backed him. You can't knock the Cronkies for backing this football manager. And they've spent the money. We can't moan as a fan base of players not being signed and money not being spent. The club's in a healthy position. Financially, it's healthy. So we can't really moan on that part of it. What I'm annoyed about is that the Cronkies gave this manager another season. He should have gone last season. Last season, we should have been winning trophies. I don't get why the big things set about this season, why all the media and the pundits are saying, oh, if he doesn't win anything this season, he's got to go. That should have been the conversation last season, because he had millions of pounds spent last season. I think it was about 800 million, 700 million pound going into last season. He'd spent like 700 odd million pound, over 700 million pounds. So that should have been big enough. That should have been enough to win a trophy or two trophies. Here's the issue. If I thought being Liverpool in the Premiership, Arteta doesn't care for cups, which I cannot stand. No, can't stand it. As I'm glad most of you guys are on the same wavelength as me. We all are. We all are. At the end of the day, we just want the best for Arsenal Football Club. We want Arsenal to win. Surely that's the aim, isn't it, guys? Isn't it the aim of every single professional football player is to win? Name me a football player that plays football just to compete. You sit Saka down in a room and go, right, Bukayo, are you happy just to compete and do well and get a clap at the end of the year? He ain't going to turn around and go, yeah, all I want to do is compete. I just want to compete. As long as I'm competing and we play some lovely football and we look good and we've got nice tracksuits and I drive a nice car, that's all I worry about. And Declan Rice, do you just want to compete? Do you just want to compete in football? You were happy to finish second and get to a semi-final of cups and lose? What's he going to say? Yeah, I'm over the moon. I think it's brilliant. Look where we were. Look where we were when I came here at the football club. I think it's brilliant. Of course he's not. Every single player is going to turn around and say, I want to win trophies. I want to win trophies. I want to win. The aim is to win. Owners don't spend millions and millions of pounds on football teams just to compete. If you're an owner of a business, the whole reason why you put money into it is to make more money, is to be successful. If you're a head of a school, you want the school to be successful. That's the aim. That's life. I don't understand how some fans have got the mentality of, oh, as long as we're competing, he's got us competing. He's got us competitive. Look where we were. Look where we are. And they're happy. Oh, I said, yeah, but, it could be worse. We could be supporting Brighton. No, not really. Brighton play good football. Put it this way, right? Crystal Palace has spent, what, 250, 300 million pound? Not even that. Arsenal have spent £1 billion. Crystal Palace on record have won the same amount of trophies as Mikel Arteta. Yeah, but Crystal Palace never got to a Champions League semi-final. So what? What good is a Champions League semi-final if you don't get to the final and win it? Yeah, but Crystal Palace never beat Real Madrid, did they? So what? It was just a good day out. I had a nice night out. Beat Real Madrid, had a couple of beers, got something to eat, met up with a few friends, saw my boys. Lovely night out. Soon came back down to earth against PSG, though. Crystal Palace, the manager of Crystal Palace, Glasner, has won the same in England as Mikel Arteta in less time and less money. Won the same. When you look back in history, it will say Crystal Palace, FA Cup winners, Charity Shield winners, Glasner. Arsenal Football Club, Mikel Arteta, FA Cup winner, Charity Shield winner. That's it. Won't mention anything about semi-finals of European Cups. Won't mention about the nights out against Real Madrid. Won't mention the 5-1 against Man City. That's what it'll say. So there you go. If you're happy to trot along and be on the same level as Crystal Palace, then fine. Me personally, after being a fan for 50 years, want a little bit more. I want a lot more. I'd take Glasner at a heartbeat. I'd have Glasner. 100%. I'd have Glasner. Zidane, I'd have Zidane first, but I'd have Glasner. 100%. December 2009, Arteta took the job. Exactly. 2019, he went from filling up water bottles, putting out the cones, folding up the bibs, to being manager of Arsenal Football Club, spending over £1 billion and having the trophy cabinet the same as Crystal Palace. There you go. How is finishing 5th position overperformed for a football club as Arsenal? So your standards are different to mine, Johnny. 5th position for Arsenal Football Club, overperformed. Minimum expectations. This is where we're different, my friend. Yeah. But history shows that he's won the same as Glasner. Tell me where he's won more than Glasner. Where's he won more? And now he's just started his 6 years, so only 3 years wasted. So you're happy for Arsenal Football Club to waste 3 years and all that money? That's where you are as a fan. Because after 3 years, most big football clubs would have got rid of him and he wouldn't have been going in for a 6th year. Roman Abramovich at Chelsea didn't hang about. He wouldn't have lasted 3 years. The Real Madrid. Watch Arnie if he starts failing at Liverpool. See how long he lasts. I bet he don't last 6 years. Watch the current Chelsea manager. He won't go into a 6th year if he doesn't win anything. So, you know, Glasner has won a Europa League. Yeah, exactly. West Ham finished 5th once, laugh out loud. Yeah, there you go. What we saying? I don't know. Chelsea turning on their manager already. They will turn on their manager because their fans expect more. Yep. I'll go with that, AJ. I'll go with that. They will turn on Arnie very, very quickly if he don't win anything. Oh dear. Those managers thought Sachs did not get top strongest 6 in the world. What is strongest 6 in the world? What does it mean? What does it mean? Did it get me a day out at Wembley? No. Did it win me anything? No. Did it stop me being gutted that we bottled an 8-point lead when we was in line to win the Premiership? No. When City caught us, not last season, the season before, and City won the league, and we was going to the last game of the season, knowing that realistically we couldn't win the league. What did the strongest 6 say then? When we whimpered out against PSG, what does the strongest 6 tell us then? When we lost in the Carabao Cup against Newcastle and played awful to over 2 legs, what did the strongest 6 tell me then? Doesn't mean anything. XG don't mean anything. Nothing matters. Winning is what it's all about. Why do you think Harry Kane left Tottenham? Because he wanted to win something. Saka's going to leave Arsenal if we don't win anything. Saliba's going to leave Arsenal Football Club if we don't win anything. Declan Rice will leave Arsenal Football Club if we don't win anything. Timber will leave Arsenal Football Club if we don't win anything. David Raya will leave Arsenal Football Club if we don't win anything. Players will leave. Players won't look at Mikel Arteta and go, oh, look where he took us. We finished top 6 in the world. We finished runners-up 3 years running. Saka's going to go, oh, all right, I'll stay. I'll stay another 2 seasons till I'm 31. Yeah, but you've got a chance to go to Real Madrid. You've got a chance to go to Liverpool, or you've got a chance to go. Why are you staying at Arsenal? Well, because I like competing. Oh, no. I was at the 12 pins after final Invincible season game. Imagine telling... It's mad, isn't it? Can you imagine? Did you ever think in your wildest dreams, Rob, right, that after that game, if someone said to you, you're going to go 20 years without winning a Premier League, you'd do him damage, wouldn't you? You'd put him in a white robe, you'd phone an ambulance, and you'd send him to the loony bin. You'd be going, are you mad? 20 years before Arsenal win a Premier League title. You better go and get medical help. That ain't happening. What about Man United? Can you imagine, right? When Man United, imagine being a Man United fan and turning around to him and saying in 2012, you ain't going to win a Premier League title for the next 15 years. Manchester United, you know. He'd be turning around and going, are you having a laugh? I was in my 30s the last time Arsenal won a Premiership. It is absolutely mental. Angry not winning. Honestly. Big up Roy Keane, man. Do you think Almiron gets sacked if he loses tomorrow? No. Almiron's the Arsenal's Arteta. Is the next Arsenal. And I said that when he went to Man United. They've invested so much into this manager now, and they've had so many managers. I think they'll keep him. I think they'll keep him. I think they'll keep him, then they'll hope he turns it around. Johnny D again. Have we wasted 21 trophies in a row? Tottenham was 1 year thirds, 1 year seventh. That's why he left. Angry not winning a league 20 plus years. Very angry. Arsenal, not Tottenham or Bournemouth. Exactly, Jam Boy. 20 years. You'd think we'd fallen off. Honestly, you'd never think it, would you? Go back 20 years. Could you ever imagine that you would go this long without winning a Premier League? Arsenal Football Club people. Can't get your head around it, can you? I can't. I'm fed up with it. If this manager don't win, honestly, if he doesn't win the Premier League this year, he's got to go. Just get rid of him. Get him gone. Can't believe it, can you? Man United and Arsenal. A friend of mine sent me a photo of the queue for the new iPhone in London, and the fella with an Arsenal jersey is his second in the line. Oh, dear, man. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Stop being angry, not healthy. The point of life is to keep your health. Without it, you can't enjoy life. Johnny, I'm not angry. I'm fine, man. I'm all chilled. I'm all good. I'm not angry, and it's all good. It's just that, you've got to face the facts sometimes in life as well, because not facing facts and throwing your head under a blanket and denying everything, that's also unhealthy. You know what I mean? Not looking at the bigger picture, not looking at the weaknesses in life is also unhealthy. Yeah, there you go, Johnny. He loves it. Listen, it's the modern day Arsenal fan, I'm afraid. It's the modern day football fan. They're just there for the ride. It's all PR. It's all what it looks like. It's imagery. And a lot of fans don't know anything about the history of their football club. They don't know the history of what it was built on, what it means. Never seen it. Never seen it. What happened with Man City charges? Nothing. Got away with it. And yet Pep's saying about like, oh well, if Arsenal and Liverpool win the league, it's because of all the money they've spent. Well, I'm sorry, but yeah, the cheating over the years that Man City done took them a long way to winning leagues, didn't it? I'm a classic fan. Fuck off. It's very simple. Exactly, Passkey. We're all classic fans. You've got to be classic fan, man. Got to keep it real. Have to keep it real. It's just a day out now in London on the weekends. That's all it is to a lot of people, David C. That's all it is. Just a day out, a few drinks. I remember when we used to come out of Arsenal and we'd lost. It was the most depressing walk home or walk to the station ever. Pubs would be like quiet. No one would be really in there. You know, people would just want to get home. Get home. We've lost. Let's get home. Especially if we lost against Man United or someone like that. It was like, let's get home. Let's get home. Now, if we lose at the Emirates now, semi-finals, European nights, no one cares. They're all in the pub. They're all having a jolly up. They're all laughing, joking, having a joke, having a laugh in the line back at the station. Everyone's buzzing. Everyone's like, let's get to the armory. Let's buy a few more bits and bobs. No one cares. No, you might get little few pockets of fans that might go, I just want to get home. Oh, no. You coming for a drink? No, I'm getting home. I'm pissed off. We've lost. I'm going home. Now, pubs are packed after the game. Big up DJB. Follow us in a minute. Big up KLS. How you doing, my friend? Big up to everyone. If you've just come in, make sure that you're subbing and smashing a like, guys, on this, please. Yeah? Yeah, honestly. DJB, I've been watching you since the very first time with Lee on the channel. Thanks for being a real fan. Need more people like you. I'm old school fan. I'm never going to change, my friend. Never going to change. I'm a football fan. I love football. I respect every single fan. Being a football fan is hard. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of money. Causes problems in relationships. You give up a lot of time and effort. So I've got respect for all fans. I've got my rivals. There's clubs that I dislike more than others. But football fans are all united across the country and across the world, and that's what makes it so good. It's the only sport that unites all fans. That's why I want England to win the World Cup. People say to me, would you rather see Arsenal win the World Cup, Premiership, or England win the World Cup? England win the World Cup. Because when your country, whether it's Germany, Spain, Italy, it's the thing that unites all the fans. Imagine the streets of London if England won the World Cup. There'd be Arsenal fans, there'd be Spurs fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fans, West Ham, all united, jumping up and down in England shirts. Do you know what I mean? And I just want the best for my football club. The manager's had a go. He's been given a chance and he's failed at his job. So I want a new manager. I don't see the problem in that. Keep kidding yourself that this manager is going to be the best thing for Arsenal long term is only damaging the football club. It's not making the football club better long term. All you're doing is putting your head under a blanket and just going, oh, it'll be all right, no problem. That is not how you get a successful football club. He's had 6 years and we're playing like Stoke City. 6 years, £1 billion, and we play like Stoke. If you're happy with that, fine. I'm not. I don't pay £1,500 for a season ticket to watch us play for set pieces and corners and free kicks. Just don't do it. Not going to do it. You know? You don't pay for a new roof on your house and sit there when it rains getting wet, do you? Yeah, big up, Lynch. Legend also, man. Back at you, my friend. Back at you. Yeah, there's real fans and there's real fans. You know? I'd like to think that most of the Arsenal fans are level-headed and they're real fans. But unfortunately, when I go to Arsenal, I'm going to say this now, right? I'm going to say that 35% of those fans in that football stadium are proper, real fans. The other the majority of them are just day trippers, fair weather fans, don't know any of the history of the team, got season tickets, but don't care if we win, lose, or draw. It's a day out for them. Some of them go with a family, which is nice and which is fine. Everyone goes to football for different reasons, and I ain't got a problem with that. But when I lose, it really hurts. I mean, like, ruins my whole week. My whole week. If we lose against City on Sunday, I'm done for the week. I'm done. I'm thinking, I'll keep looking at that league table going, oh, Liverpool, look, 6 points clear. 6 points clear. Yeah. But the majority of them fans will come out of that stadium if we lose and just, they'll be over it within an hour, queuing up at the bar, getting a drink. Be over it. Done. Move on to the next one. No problem at all. You know? So man, there's no disrespect in here. It's not that kind of channel. 6 years, 6 billion. Exactly, Lynch. Why did AJ ban Johnny D? Have you banned Johnny D? Has he gone? Oh man, what did he say then? What did he say, AJ? DJB, when I got to the Arsenal ladies, if we lost, I come put the Emirates and I'm gutted because I love Arsenal. Exactly. You just want the best for your football club. You just want the best for your football club. That's all you want. That's all you want. Weird, isn't it? Because England and Arsenal have only had one manager let them down in recent years, and that's the managers. England would have brought it home with a world class. Yeah, I do call Arteta the Spanish Southgate. Yeah, he's another one, wasn't he? Gareth Southgate, frustrating man. Should have got us over the line. I don't care what anyone says. And this geezer gets an OBE. OBE for failure. Do you know what I mean? Didn't win anything. And gets an OBE or something, doesn't he? I mean, that against Italy, what was all that about? Went 1-0 up, then sat back, then defended. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, oh. Yeah, what's Johnny D been what's Johnny D done, man? I mean, if he's been disrespectful, fair enough. But if he hasn't, just if he's just got on your nerves, just unblock him, mate, because he gets on my nerves. But he not all the time, though. You know what I mean? He has some good opinions. You know, I think he's been banned from a lot of stations, though, a lot of streams. But yeah, unblock him if he's been banned, man. Unless he's been, I must have missed it. Yeah, David C saying unblock Johnny. DJB, when I got the holy hell, that was a toilet football from day one with Southgate. I know, it was bad. It was bad, my friend. Frustrating, wasn't it? Because again, those players should have won a tournament. But I don't think Tuchel's going to do it, though. I don't think Tuchel's going to do it either. I desperately want England to win a World Cup in my lifetime. Never seen it. Never seen it. Never seen it. That's why people say to me, "What would you rather have? Arsenal win like the World, like Premier League, Champions League, or England win the World Cup?" England win the World Cup all day long. You might not ever get a chance in your lifetime of watching your country win the World Cup. In your lifetime. You've seen Arsenal win trophies. Most of us have seen Arsenal win an FA Cup, or, you've seen Arsenal win trophies. A lot of people have seen Arsenal win a trophy. But I've never seen England win anything. England, where football is created, where it's one of the biggest sports in, you know what I mean? And I've never seen England win a trophy, ever. Tuchel fall in the same trap playing boring football. Oh, mate, awful. Absolutely awful. Please like the stream if you have not already. It really helps DJB out, 100%. DJB, Americans wear an England shirt during international seasons because USA is shit. We want to support someone who's decent. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? A lot of Americans wear England shirts, don't they? Probably because they're our, neighbours, friends, if you like. They probably watch a lot of the Premiership as well, don't you? You watch a lot of the Premiership games. You get a lot of English football in America. So I suppose it makes sense to wear an England shirt other than an American shirt. I suppose it makes sense to wear an England one, doesn't it? Or Ireland. A lot of Americans have got a lot of allegiance to Ireland as well, haven't they? If England win the World Cup, oh mate, it'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? Be a national holiday, be a national days holiday. It'll completely reunite the England need Eddie Howe as manager. I'm surprised he never even got an interview. He didn't even get an interview. Because when they interviewed Eddie Howe shortly after Tuchel, I think he was on the radio, and they said and he said I didn't even get an interview. Here he is. He's back. Johnny D's back. Good up, Johnny D. What did you do wrong, Johnny D? Eh? What did you do? What did you do wrong? Did you put Eze at right back or something? What did you do? Do you reckon Zubamendi will ever play right back? Oh dear. I thought David Moyes should have got an interview. Yeah, possibly. Moyes might have done a good job as England manager. Don't see why not. Is there many top English managers around though? Is there any top English managers around? Don't know. Like real top. How many English managers are like proper? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's frustrating, isn't it? It is frustrating, England. I think also some managers just prefer the week in, week out club management. Yeah, possibly. I think it's too late, Harry Redknapp for England. It probably is, as it happens. It probably is. Never say never, though, can you? Never say never. Eddie Howe, the best. Yeah, I think Eddie Howe should have got the job. I think he deserved the crack at the England job. Missed the boat now, though. There's a guy that has 100% win rate for England. DJB, I called AJ a liar for 5 seconds after he called me a liar, but his blood runs hot. He needs more happiness. Stop winding him up, Johnny. Come on. AJ and Johnny, be nice. Yeah, come on. Be nice. We only have nice people on here. Maybe Lamps can do good things in a few good years. Do you know what, right? Pesky 9. I like old Frank Lampard. I do like Frank Lampard. I hope he does well at Coventry. I like Frank Lampard as when he comes across, and I liked him as a player. He was a brilliant player. You cannot knock Frank Lampard's goal scoring record for Chelsea from midfield. Incredible. I know people go on about Gerrard and Scholes and all of that, but Frank Lampard was up there. He was up there, 100%. That Chelsea team without Frank Lampard weren't as good. He was brilliant, and I like Frank Lampard as a person. I think he's. I like Jamie Redknapp as well. I like Redknapp. I like Jamie Redknapp. I'd rather them than Carragher and Neville. They get on my fucking nerves. I'm sorry, right? You're a Liverpool man, but Jamie Carragher was probably one of the most overrated defenders I've ever seen in my whole life. Overrated. That's why he don't like Arsenal. The reason why Jamie Carragher don't like Arsenal is because whenever he played Arsenal, he was made to look like an absolute donkey. Ian Wright, Bergkamp and all of that used to absolutely cane him. I could be wrong, Pesky, right? You might like Jamie Carragher, but I just thought I thought he was one of the most overrated defenders I've ever seen. He wasn't Alan Hansen, was he? Let's be honest. Will he roll out Jesus to play a striker this? Jesus is coming back. He's going to have a role to play. Jesus has got to. He's on 280 grand a week. He's got to have a role to play. 100%. How many pairs of Skechers do you reckon Jamie Redknapp owns? Probably none. Probably none, Jam Boy. But I like old Redknapp. He's all right, and old Jamie Redknapp. I don't mind him. I said that there's a good chance if Arteta and Pep switch jobs, City returns to dominance because player mentality is what matters most at City. Players are winners still. I've never said I want that. This is what gets you over the line. That's why Liverpool. It's not a fluke. Liverpool keeps scoring in the last minute. They've won things. They've tasted success. And this is what Arsenal need to do. This is why the Carabao Cup's so important. Because they need to taste success. They need to find out what winning's like as a team to take them on to the next level. Roy Keane, can you build an all-time Premier League five-a-side team? Yeah, I can. 100%. David Seaman, five-a-side. David Seaman. Paul Scholes. Eric Cantona. No, I've got to have a defender, haven't I? Got to have some sort of defender. Not Tony Adams. He'd be too rash at five-a-side. He'd be too rash. So you need a ball. You need. So this would be mine. David Seaman, Ashley Cole. David Seaman, Ashley Cole, Paul Scholes, Dennis Bergkamp, because his touch on five-a-side would be immense. And believe it or not Thierry Henry, because Thierry Henry as a five-a-side player wouldn't be as effective. I would have Eric Cantona. That would be my five. Cantona, Ashley Cole, Seaman, Bergkamp, Scholes. Because Scholes' passing was just incredible. Loved his passion as a footballer and liked the fact he would get stuck in. Loved Carra due to him being loyal and longevity as a pundit. Does my head in. Yeah, look. Yeah, I mean, his passion, I'll give him that. And he was loyal, I'll give him that. So, yeah, I understand it. But as an actual football player, as a player, I know he played for Liverpool and you've got all that kind of sentimentality. But as a football player, I just thought he was overrated, personally. I'm not saying about his loyalty, even though he was an Everton fan, and he won't admit it. But I'm just saying, as a footballer, I just thought he was overrated. Toxic League Cup is below him, and you can see the mentality going down. Yeah, it will go down. Got to win something. People. So Schmeichel, Terry, Vidic, Vieira, Henry, Ronaldo. Your five-a-side. See, it's really, really weird, right? But I've played a lot of five-a-side football. And what you find is that your best players, like your Ronaldos, your Henrys, like the normal people, like the normal ones that you would pick because you think, oh, got to have Ronaldo in there, got to have Henry in there. They don't necessarily make good five-a-side players. It's a completely different game when you're playing indoor five-a-side. And people like Henry and Ronaldo need big, wide spaces to do their magic. Sometimes when they're five-a-side, in a five-a-side, they're not as effective. I've seen so many brilliant players that at my level that I used to play, when we used to play five-a-side, you used to think, yo, hang on a minute, am I looking at the same player? So sometimes, yeah. Like your Frank Lampards would be good at five-a-side. Sort of players that kind of, Fabregas would be brilliant at five-a-side because he plays in that tight area, doesn't he? With players around him, and he creates space. And he thinks, like, before the ball comes to him, he's thinking all the time. So he would have been a good five-a-side player, says Fabregas. Players like that. Pedri, how good would he be at five-a-side? Vitinha, them sort of players. Do you know what I mean? Turning into League Gunner. Not quite, man. I can't do what El Capitan does, man. They're in a league of their own, they are. Yeah. League Gunner's in a league of his own. All these sort of men. Do you know what I mean? Curtis, Goldbridge, X, even Dan Potts is getting right up there. They're all in. They're like, yeah. I just do my thing, people. I just do my thing. That's all I do. I'm having a late one tonight because I'm going to have a nice lay-in tomorrow. And to be honest with you, I'm getting myself hyped up for Sunday. I can't sleep very well because this is a big game. Trust me, this is a big game. It's on my mind all the time. I can't shake it off. I'm thinking about it all the time. Zola got to be in a five-a-side. Yeah, Zola would be a brilliant five-a-side player. Zola would be a good little player. See, people like that, little players that sort of that play in them tight little spaces that kind of create space, that can see a little pass, you know. Zola would be, yeah, he'd be a good five-a-side player. Fabregas would be a good five-a-side player. Cantona, intelligent, he'd be a good five-a-side player. Czech, Stam, Ozil, Giggs, Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, that's not bad. Ozil, he'd be ideal on a five-a-side. Yep, Stam, Van Nistelrooy if he's finishing. Yep. Giggsy, not so sure. Not so sure, Giggsy. Your pacey players, like the fast players, don't normally make good five-a-side players. You normally find people... You normally find players that are not very quick play five-a-side. Jack Wilshere, he'd be a good five-a-side player. Yeah, I love Paul Scholes, man. Paul Scholes was one of the best players I've ever seen. Absolutely brilliant player. Brilliant player. Thierry Henry said that he would be one of the players that he would love to play with on the same team. And he'd be one of the first players that he would sign. 100%. Check. Adams, Terry, Gerrard, Bergkamp, Suarez. Yeah, see where you're coming from. Suarez. Bergkamp, definitely. Adams and Terry in the same five-a-side team with Gerrard. Ooh, I don't know. There'd be a lot of free kicks. Titus Bramble. Yeah, Titus will make a good five-a-side. Yaya Sonogo, Jam Boy. Bit of Yaya Sonogo settings on the five-a-side. Damn, I went 6. Bad. That's all right, mate. No problem. Five-a-side, Almunia, Squillaci, Giroud, Andre Santos, Shamak, Sonogo, all-time Arsenal five-a-side. What about Arshavin? You got Arshavin in there? No. Oh, man. There's some Kevin Phillips. Possibly. Look at that for a five-a-side. Look at that. Hey? That's a world beater, that one, isn't it? Look at that. Almunia, Squillaci, Giroud, El Neni and Shamak. What a five-a-side that is. Look at that. Rooney, Silva, Cantona, Nani, and Roy. Carroll. No, I don't know. Waha about. I'm not sure. Not sure about Nani. I'd have Cantona in there. Yeah, Silva's be a good shout. I'll tell you, it'd be good at five-a-side as well. Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish would be good at five-a-side. I bet he's good at five-a-side because he plays them little balls, doesn't he? And he sort of like blitzing. Jack Grealish should be an ideal five-a-side player. 100%. Van Dijk, Silva, Bergkamp, Zola. Yeah, Zola would be good. Schmeichel would be good in goal. Is that Kasper? Yeah, Kasper Schmeichel, you mean? He'd be good in goal. Yeah. 100%. Jared Bowen would be good at five-a-side as well, wouldn't he? Torre would be a tank in five-a-side. Yeah, but the trouble is, Bev, you don't need tanks in five-a-side, can you? You can't have hotheads in five-a-side. You got to have players with a lot of like, how can I, players that like, when you see them, they play in them little tight spaces, don't you? Like Grealish does. He touches that line. He plays in that little tight touch. I don't even think Saka would be good at five-a-side, you know. I think Saka would struggle at five-a-side. So not necessarily your top players make your best five-a-side players. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jam Boy. Street ballers. They're the ones, aren't they? They are the ones, aren't they? Definitely. You know? Santi Cazorla. Now we're talking. How could we forget? Santi Cazorla would be brilliant at five-a-side. Hleb as well. Hleb would be good at five-a-side. JJ, Fabregas, yeah. Yeah, them sort of men. Now you're talking. We're on the right track now with a five-a-side team, people. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you sub as well, guys. Check that you've subbed. If you haven't subbed, think yourself, I thought I subbed to DJB, but I haven't. Go and sub, go and whack a sub and a like on it, guys, yeah? Big up, everyone. Revolution, oi, oi. How we doing, brother? Make sure you sub to this man here. He's gonna be joining me on a stream soon. We're gonna hook up me and old Revolution soon. We're gonna rock up one day. We're gonna do a couple of rock ups. Me and Rashid. Got a lot of time for Rashid. Make sure you go and follow him, my friend. Big up DJB in the chat. Big up, my friend. Yeah, we're on about five-a-sides at the moment, Rashid. Picking players for five-a-side. I said not necessarily the obvious ballers make good five-a-side players. Like Henry wouldn't make a particularly good five-a-side player. I know it sounds stupid, but he likes to run, doesn't he? He likes open spaces. He does a lot of his magic sort of in wide areas. people like Frank Lampard would make a good five-a-side player. Jack Grealish, them sort of player. Santi Cazorla, Cesc Fabregas be a good five-a-side player. I'm trying to think who else. Mahrez would be a good five-a-side player. Do you know what I mean? Ozil will be perfect at five-a-side. I bet he was good at five-a-side. King Clancy, yeah, them sort of players. Now we're talking. Jack Wilshere, he'd be a good five-a-side player. Yeah, big up the Rashid all time. Big up my friend. I think Rashid's just come in. I think he must have been out or something. Bernardo Silva, Juan Mata, David Silva. David Silva would be good. What about Kevin De Bruyne? Would he make a good five-a-side player? Yeah, De Bruyne would, wouldn't he? He'd pick a little pass, wouldn't he? Kevin De Bruyne would make a good five-a-side player, definitely. 12 likes from 100, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Definitely. Yeah, they'd make some good five-a-side. Well, guys, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been going for 3 hours, 11 minutes, man. That is amazing. Big up to every single one of yous. Big up. DJB, do you remember that one Turkish Blackburn player that would score all the screamers? Two guy. Yeah. Two guy. I remember two guy, man. He was some player. He was some player. Yeah. Very underrated. Come on, imagine these teams coming up against my Kevin Muscat led. Wahab, yeah, Kevin Muscat, man. Yeah. Ronaldinho. Oh, mate, Ronaldinho was just something else. Something else, wasn't he? He was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Timmy Cahill. Suge, good shout. Timmy Cahill would make a good five-a-side player. Good shout. Tim Cahill was underrated. Tim Cahill was very underrated. He was a good little player, he was, Timmy Cahill. Janino, yeah, another good five-a-side player. JJ Okocha, Ronaldinho, all these would be ballers, man. All these would be ballers. Mikel Arteta, nah, don't think so. Don't know though. He had a little bit about him, didn't he? But I don't think he'd make a brilliant five-a-side player. He'd make that C squad, wouldn't he? You know, you got an A squad, a B squad, and now we are talking. Pito 316. Now you have just hit the jackpot there, mate. Matt Le Tissier. Let me tell you about Matt Le Tissier, right? Because I saw this player live many, many times. Matthew Le Tissier. If you've got no idea how good he was, just go and watch clips of Matthew Le Tissier. This guy was doing that sort of thing week in, week out, week in, week out in a Southampton team. He was doing things that you just could not see. He was so intelligent, so skillful. It was incredible. I'm gonna put it up there. The most underrated footballer in world football. Matt Le Tissier. And I've seen some players over the years. Right, I've seen some top player. But Matthew Le Tissier, I would say, in world football, was the most underrated player ever. He was incredible. He could, honestly, Pito 316, he could have walked into any team. Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, anyone. Real Madrid, Barcelona. Yeah. I mean, you think of like Xavi, Iniesta, and men like this. Letitia was just, he was incredible. Letitia didn't know how not to score a screamer. It just weren't, not only that, right, Vigilante, right? Letitia had no pace whatsoever, but his footballing brain was just unreal. His passing was just off the scale. Incredible. Yeah, where's AJ? AJ's probably gone to bed, man. He'd be all right. AJ's all right, man. AJ's cool. I'm sure AJ's all right. He's probably just gone to bed. Yeah. Jimmy Gibby, how you doing, my friend? This is a late one, mate. It is late. Yeah, it is a late one. I'm going to bed in a minute. We're going to bed in a minute. We're just having a late one. I enjoyed the chat. Anyway, brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, nans, granddads, parents, whoever you are around the world, thank you for joining me last night, this morning. I had no idea this stream would go on as long as it has, but it's been absolutely amazing. Big up to all and every single one of you, whether you're a Liverpool fan, Man United fan, I don't care what fan you are. Thank you for joining me. Real talk. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of the community tonight. My next stream is the Sunday sit back. There's going to be loads to talk about, I'm sure. We'll go over and dissect the Arsenal Manchester City game. We'll look forward to all the other games coming up. It's been an absolute... Honestly, Jam Boy, I'm going to have Weetabix right now. I'm having 3 Weetabix and a bit of toast and a cup of tea. All right, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Then I'm going to get up. Right, I've got gym tomorrow. I've got a 2-hour gym session tomorrow. Then I'll come home, have a nice shower, and then I'm just going to sit and watch the football for a little bit. I've got a lazy one this weekend, apart from the football on Sunday, the Arsenal, and that's it. Oh, I'm going to pop round and see my boy tomorrow as well. So that'll be good. And big up to everyone. Whatever you're doing, enjoy, people. Be safe as always. And Johnny D, don't worry about AJ. He's cool, man. He's 100%. He's a real one. Rename your show, mate. DJB Sleep Deprivation OP. Nah, this is a one-off. Honestly, I won't be staying up this late. This won't be. This is a one-off, guys, because I don't know. I just fancied a little chat, and I fancied doing a bit of a stream, and I've been a bit just been a bit busy lately, and it's just refreshing just to come away and just forget about things. Prediction for Sunday, I've said it 2-2. I'm not changing my mind, Jam Boy. We'll probably get it wrong. It'll probably end up like 2-1 or 1-0 or 1-1 or 0-0. It might end up a 0-0. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going 2-2. I'm going 2-2. 4-1 City. Yeah, you might not be far wrong. Who knows? 2-1 City. Yeah, there's not. It's going to be wide open, guys. But anyway, big up to yous. Big up to you. Bless you all. Go and get some sleep. And thank you for following me. Thank you for subbing me. Thank you for sharing with me. Really appreciated, my friends. Absolute real one. Every single one of you. Thank you very much indeed. And stay safe. Smash a like on the way out. And just check that you've subbed. If you ain't subbed, whack a sub on it. And stay safe. Look after yourselves. Bless, my friends.